Alright. Alright, so what do we have going today? Okay. That's enough, like 1, 2, 3, 4 runs? I guess I can do 4 citadels, actually. The 4 citadels... Okay, I guess... Let me do that first. Yeah, 4 citadels and then old stuff, I guess? Maybe some base weeklies type shit. Did I do my lower base contracts? I think I did, but... Ooh, I think I bought them, but I didn't do them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that then. Yeah. Hello, Cerulean. Yeah, start with some Citadel gaming. I mean, I am broke as shit, so I could use the key now. So yeah, do a bit of that and then finish my base contracts, I guess. And then end on a bit of an old grinding note, perhaps. I mean, ideally, I do want to do at least the new Transcendence on level 1 like a couple of times, if I can help it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump into groups, because like my ult is like actual shit from an ass, but... I mean, I can try. I guess I can try to make a group at least. I just need like a key and Hourglass, with one being punishing and the other one restoration, right? Just get my set effects, don't even give a shit about what it is. So like, yeah, like maybe 2-3 rounds at most. Just be done with it. Hello, Mandy. Oh yeah, just get that finished. I did do some progression and took some decisions as well on my AP side, so we're gonna be doing some progression on that next, probably. Need to be moderate. The amount of shit you say is above average. What do you mean? Most groups I've seen were set at 600k. I mean, that's definitely overkill for that dungeon. Yeah, I mean 450k is probably enough, but my ult is like barely 400, right? Hello, you kidding? Shit from ass? Yeah, well, I mean, hey, it's called having a couple of sayings and only sticking to them and never learning anything else. All right, and I will not stand for that slander. Look, my vocab will eventually shift to something else, alright? Just be patient. But okay, here's the thing, right? You gotta admit, it's a good fucking expression. Like, it's a good way to, like, really emphasize that what you're talking about is, like, actual fucking dog shit, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not just shit, it's shit from an actual ass, you know what I mean? Like, it really drives the point across. Almost 450k, just need better RNG to get my accessories stamina 5. Yeah. I mean, the gold... The gold accessories are not too bad to get, but obviously, like, early on, your resources are a bit stretched, right? So, yeah, it's not gonna be the fastest. But hey, at least, on the side of the accessories, you kinda will never need to go any further than that. Because, like, orange accessories are actual fucking bait. So, that's a plus, right? It is a unique expression, yeah. Like, it's like saying that something is human dog shit, you know what I mean? Like, it just emphasizes the impossible to really drive across the point that this is not it, you know? Oh, I don't have keys anymore. Ah. Well, there it is. Well, I wouldn't have gotten anything anyways. Fair enough. Damn, I actually ran out of keys on this. That's crazy. And people say that hard work doesn't pay off. I have one day of liberty on not having to do this event anymore. Let's go, me. Okay, I guess... Yeah, I guess just do some dungeoning then. That's it. Okay, I actually need one Philistone. So what I'm gonna do is... I'm gonna run it until I get the pity. If I get a Philistone, great, I keep picking the ticket. If I don't, I'll pick a Philistone, because I need 2 Philistones to get the extra slot on that next week. Yeah. Okay. See if I can just jump in the room. 800. Actual mental illness, dude. Whatever, man. You know what? Whatever. Sure. It's late in the week. Beggars can't be choosers. The boss is gonna die anyways. I just want to do 4 runs. Sure, whatever, bud. Let's go. But yeah. I picked up 2 pieces of High Commander equipment for my PvP set. So this one's Diamond 3, this one's Diamond 2. At least they have like all of the soulbind and everything figured out. So next I'm going to get this to Diamond 3. And I'm going to gamble some silver medals to upgrade my Centurion chess piece to Tribunus to get the AP set back. And then from there, I think when it comes to PvP gear, I'm only exclusively going to start working with the upgrading system. And the reason why is because the... yeah, no, don't do that. The reason why is... when you upgrade it through upcrafting, you don't have a transfer stone as well as Kina cost tied to it. You know what I mean? Because like I had to transfer my legs because I went from Centurion to High Commander. And that cost me 5 gold totems, 1 orange totem, and 20 million Kina, right? Whereas just simply upgrading it cost me nothing. And the upgrade process even takes account for medal gambling. So you're not even really losing anything, because it's already like knocking out 20% of the medals of the medal cost. Yeah, I mean, at least this one is like very like specific to French, right? And also it's like kind of whatever. The other one is ooh, don't do that. I mean, you know what? That's why, bro. Every time NCSoft calls its like power level fucking combat power, I'm like, oh man. What am I supposed to say now? Am I going to say like combat power like full out every time? Am I really gonna have to fucking do this? Just because you couldn't call it something else? Like, really? Damn. Okay, I mean that one I feel like was deserved though. That was definitely deserved. Yeah, this guy is using Power to Storm. Fucking channers, man. Fucking lazy channers. You know what's fucked? Even Arthas was using Power to Storm on the Clerics last week. I mean, I guess this week. Like, come on. Equip literally anything else. Like, that's my thing, alright? I have one thing going on for myself, alright? Don't take it away from me. Hey, no cinema. AI scan chat rooms, yeah. We do be living in a society. The British, oh yeah. I think they still do, yeah. Like last time I went to the UK, like it was still pretty commonly being called that. Yeah, we do. Well, there you go. An hit of faithful friend. I mean, hey, you know what? I feel like every country has shit like this. Like some remnants from the past, you know? At this point, it doesn't even mean anything to people saying it, right? So, as long as there's no, you know, ill intention, kind of whatever. How are these guys so slow? Did they get lost? What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, the DPS is not spectacular, but whatever. I'm just doing 4 runs, right? So, whatever the case may be. Yeah, I will never understand why, like, range players insist on dropping the AoEs close to melee though on this. Give the man some space, some fucking space to, like, dodge this. Come on. Oh, is the thing not working again? Alright, hold on. I'll fix it in just a second. I think I forgot to launch it on the... yeah, okay. I'll fix it in a second. I am getting notified, but yeah. Let me reboot it right now. Oh, it's working like that. Well, okay, I'm going to reboot it like regardless. 1 second. Just in case for good measure. It doesn't really engage me to anything, right? I think I forgot to... okay. Got to do this specifically. Open this. Good evening, King Sir. Random question, be pleased nest. How would I be judged for rolling a ranger? You're not gonna be judged. It's a good class. It's a good fucking class. I mean, it's not, you know, the most whatchamacallit, mentally involved class, if that makes sense, right? Enemy refund the last one, which was this. There you go. But yeah, it's not the most, you know, it's not gonna be a brain scratcher, right? But it's a really solid class, right? Low IQ DPS, yeah, that's another way to say it. Gold. No one's covering this one, I guess. That's fine. I mean, it's a really comfortable class, right? Really convenient for everything. Like, there's not really any downsides to playing a ranger, you know what I mean? Like, go stopping me then? I mean, yeah, that's a different thing, right? I mean, as long as you like the archetype, like, you'll have fun with the cast. But then again, right, like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say there's any particular class in this game that is, like, really noble and high IQ and everything, right? So, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Every class is, like, different flavor of the same shit. I don't think there's no way I can aim this outside. Yeah, no, probably not, actually. Let me not kill people. Sork? Yeah, sure. Gold. So talking about classes, if you had a permanent squad of 4 people, never change class, which 4 would you pick? I mean, I would honestly just pick, like, the safe ones that basically ensure that you can always run shit, right? So at least 1 tank, 1 healer, right? But broadly speaking, if I really could choose it, I would probably go for the classic, like, Cleric, Channel, Templar, Glad, right? So this way you really ensure that regardless of if someone's missing or regardless of the state of the meta, like, you're always gonna have like a solid group going. Now do keep in mind, by the way, like, it is 5-man group right now, so I don't know if you're saying this because you have a squad of 4, or if you're saying this because you thought it was still 4-man groups, but yeah, it's 5 now. You said as I have an AION2 video? I mean, why would I watch it? I'm not the target audience. What? Alright. Sure, dude. Why not? Why the fuck not, dude? You know what? Alright. That's crazy. A video was dog shit? Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like... I don't mean to be mean or anything, but it's pretty clear it's bait, right? I haven't watched it, I will not watch it, but it's just fucking clickbait. Don't give into it, you know? Like, your time is worth more than that. Like, it doesn't even matter if... Okay, here's the thing. Let's even say that the video has anything that is actually, like, you know, remotely true inside of it. Which, there's probably, like, some actual remarks that are valid and stuff like that. It just doesn't matter, because the moment you title a video like that, right? You are not worth listening to. It doesn't even matter if your opinion is correct or not. You are not worth listening to. You're like bottom of the barrel, you know what I mean? So just don't give into it. Your luck for global is flying away. Yeah, it's a little bit fucked. Like my luck this week has been like unreal, dude. He's hella resentful. Oh, really? He's resentful. I couldn't tell with the video title, dude. I thought he was like a very like well-measured, like well-adjusted individual based on like the video title. You are like, I'm flabbergasted by that revelation, truly. And past 1 hour. Damn, you guys are really giving in to like the bad side of yourself. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest. I know it is human nature, like, to be attracted to this shit like a moth to a flame, right? But, you know, it's also like up to you to not give in to the temptation and not give these people the attention they crave so much, you know? But, you know, ultimately, I'm not like your father figure. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but for me, I'm never gonna watch it. Because, like, what am I gonna gain from watching it? Don't collect the Odell at the end, not worth it. Because, like, they're just spamming. So, they just re-queue ASAP to, like, clear faster. You know what I mean? Like, if this is, like, an end of run, and people are leaving, then I'll take the time to gather it. But if they're just spamming, like, yeah. Sometimes to like a knife plunge to your back. Some people ask me what I thought about it. Yeah, guess what? I have tens of people coming into the stream asking me what I thought about it. And you know what I'm telling them? I haven't watched it, nor do I plan to, because why would I? And that's just the honest to God truth. I just have better things to do with my time. You know what I mean? I have too much respect for my own time to be watching this. Minus 50 point for intelligence, yeah. Like, I have 99 problems in my life. And whatever, like, some bold North American guy, I'm assuming he's NA because, you know, thinks about a random Korean video game is definitely not one of them. I'll be honest on you on that one. My loot goblin mindset could not leave them behind. Yeah, well, I mean, I get that, but you know, it's just like it's social pressure, cinema. You know, the group gotta go, so you have to just skip them because otherwise they're gonna go without you. You know. Feedback by early players that had barely in social stuff. I mean, it's the same as usual. Then it's. This content creator talks about game he hasn't played. Wow, what a fucking endearing video idea. Usual racism against South Korean. Really? Wow. That much, huh? That bad. This guy is, Is this guy okay? Well, I guess we're waiting on this guy. Weird side quest, many viewers saying the low birth rate is due to them. What? Okay. Okay. Guys, fellas. Here's an idea. Let's talk about a different subject. Let's just not give any attention to this. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised from like someone that is willingly titling a video like this, you know? AION2 would do well in the West, especially you. I think this game is gonna do the same as usual in terms of, like, as far as Korean MMOs go, right? I don't think you should be expecting the game to be doing any, like, particularly better, because, like, there's a pretty heavy stigma against those games in the West. Obviously, in EU, it's gonna do better than NA, because it just always does, right? But at the end of the day, like, it shouldn't matter too much to you, because, like, this is not a game that requires to have a massive fucking population to enjoy, you know? Like, just a couple of hundred people per server is gonna be enough. So even if, like, 2 years from now, there's, like, 20k people left playing the game, you're still gonna be able to play the game just fine and enjoy it. And the game is... And the plus side is that they're not even going to, like, drop the game or anything, because the game is still going to do well on the Korean and Taiwanese side, right? Which means that they're gonna continue updating it as if it was pulling in millions, you know? So you can just regain all of the benefits. Okay, this is not gonna work out. So yeah, like, again, don't worry about it. I mean, at this point, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna keep repeating the exact same thing, but at the end of the day, you play the game while you enjoy it, and if you stop enjoying it, you stop playing it, right? And if you really don't want to feel guilty about yourself that you don't spend any money in it outside of the sub, right? And then you will never have, like, any sunk cost fallacy, you know? It's that simple, right? Because, like, truthfully, this game does not require you to spend inside of it to enjoy all of its content, right? Like, yeah, you can argue the penantics of, yeah, but the base rankings, nah. Who gives a shit? If you're really worried about the long-term investment, just don't pay anything in it and just milk the game for the entertainment value it's able to provide to you, right? It's that easy. It's a video game. But baby meow! I mean, that's a bit different. If you want to indulge into, like, buying, like, a mount or, like, a Guna skin, I think that's valid. Like, just enjoy it while you're playing, right? Dude, I'm low-key expecting to get, like, orange every time now. What the fuck was that other run? Those stock was hype up for years and came to global way too late. Yeah, it came, like, a bit late, yeah. But it still had a huge amount of hype, right? But, again, it's just a Korean MMO, right? And those types of games are not necessarily fated to have, like, long, healthy lives in the West just because of the stigma attached to them. Because, like, people don't understand how these games work, and they keep acting surprised when they work the way they work, you know what I mean? Maintain better than 99% of games. Yeah, exactly. Like, what would you rather invest into? Into AION2, which is at the absolute bare minimum going to, like, for the next 2 years be receiving, like, very regular updates, right? That is easily playable without paying any amount of money beyond the sub. Or Ashes of Creation with fucking $700 alpha pre-alpha exploration deluxe fuck my ass edition, right? That just rug pulls before even releasing. You know? Like, I think this is a pretty safe, like, investment of your time. I think you'll have, like, your fun back in terms of investment value, you know what I mean? At least AION2 came out. Yeah, exactly. At least this is a full game, and it's pretty fucking competent, you know? So, yeah. There you go. Pick it up, play it, and play until you don't have fun anymore. Like, I'm going to say that until the end of time, right? But it's just the fucking truth. You know what I mean? Because that's the way... Because for me, that is the way I operate playing MMOs, right? And I've been playing MMOs for 20 years. And you know what? I've never felt miserable or resentful playing an MMO. You know why? Because every time I'm not having fun anymore, I say, alright, I've had my fill, on to the next MMO. And then if I have the itch to go back to it eventually, I do just that. And it's really that simple. What are your thoughts on having regionalized subscription? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What are your thoughts on having regionalized subscription prices? Okay, some games do that. I guess the main risk is that typically for the games that do that, people will like have people from different countries pay the sub for them to pay like a lesser fee. But that is one thing that is one risk that you expose yourself to as a publisher if you do that. And thanks for the follow, you know. Right. I do think it's, you know, on paper they should probably be doing this, right? Because obviously some countries, based on like the value of their currency, like the sub is too expensive, but you know, there's always the risk of people abusing that. So yeah. They could do that on AION2? Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I do believe that the ultimate solution to that though is just having the subscription be available as in like through in-game currency exchange, right? And in which case, if the sub is too expensive for your region, then you just go the in-game currency exchange like trade route. You know what I mean? In the sense that if you can buy the sub with Kuna, then it has a fixed Kina value, right? In which case it just depends on like how much you're able to farm in game. I think like that's like the better in between for those regions. Would most probably play Templar or Chandler. Why Chandler? Kind of want to hear your opinion about this. Arthur's always complains about Chandler. Arthur's complains about everything. Bottom line is, both are pretty equal in terms of like their capabilities in solo PvP, and while not the best, they're still better than Cleric, and that's all I'm asking for. That's dude, even the first platform crumbles, that's fucked up. But that's pretty much all there is to it. I just want like a support adjacent class that is capable of doing solo PvP. That's it. So Templar or Chandler, bam, done. Like, I don't want to play Cleric because Cleric is not great for 1v1, and I don't want to play Gladiator because it's too strong for me. So that leaves Templar and Chandler. Now, obviously, I'm going to adjust my decision based on the state of balance when the game comes out. But yeah. Sub is the good for both regions always was. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I hope they will do that. It's pretty strong in PvP. I wouldn't say it's strong. I would say it has killing potential, which is all I'm asking for, right? Because at the end of the day, like when it comes to PvP, blanks like a lack of DPS, you can fill in with gear, right? Which, if I'm going to be sweaty at the game, I should be like fairly ahead in terms of the PvP equipment, right? As long as I don't slack off. So I'm going to be able to make up the deficit even for these classes, for the most part, right? I'm not looking to be like rank 1 like across every class, number 1 in arena, yada yada, right? I'm just looking to have a competent 1v1 class, right? So I want something with a bit of CC, bit of sustain, you know what I mean? Which Cleric has no CC, like that's the main problem. And thanks for the follow, PT. Damn, that hit me. Damn, these guards are thick as fuck, man. But like, if you guys ever watch Arthur's, right, just always keep one thing in mind. He will complain about everything, he will like be upset at everything, but he's not really complaining or upset at anything. It's just part of the character, that's just who he is, right? He's angry old man yelling at cloud, right? And as soon as you understand that, he's a lot like more chill to be around, right? Like that's just, you know, that's just the way he is. And yeah. Like, I worked with him for 6 years, you know? I got to know the guy, you know? Okay, I think I can do one more, right? Ooh, Philistone. Okay, well, I don't have to take the pity now. Wow, look at that. I'm getting the dick sucked treatment today with the Full Citadel. Can't complain. Okay, now the thing is, I don't think I have the money to convert my extra piece, but I do believe I have the material to transfer the headpiece, so... Okay, actually I do have the money, but then I'm gonna be broke as shit. I mean, I guess I can. Okay, no. So I'm definitely going to use, I guess, headpiece and shoulders. Because, like, this way I don't have to transfer, and the shoulder pads is just more crit damage boost, right? Like, these two don't matter as much. Like, this one, this one has smite, though. This one has smite, though. Yeah, maybe I do head and cape, then. Oh. Oh, well, first of all, let me morph this. Because I do have some orange thingamajig that I got from running the other stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, actually, let me lock everything that I should keep before I, you know, make a huge mistake. Because this substance morph menu sucks ass, alright? Alright, let's practice safe morphing. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I can move the Ruger well, that's fine. I played Chenta on AION1 and this was rare class, but now I think everyone will play it. Chenta is not a very popular class. Like, it's a good class, right? But I wouldn't say it's, like, very rampant. I don't think it's going to be any different in Noble. Like, the thing is, typically speaking, if someone wants to play a support, they're just going to go all the way and play Cleric, you know what I mean? Like, Chenta, there's only a very specific subset of people that will play Chenner, you know what I mean? Wait, can I make two, or am I fucked? Okay, I can't make two. Well. If it isn't the consequences of my actions. Templar and Cleric are more popular. Templar is kind of like Chenner in terms of popularity. Like, the thing is, you could make the argument of, oh, but then if someone wants to play tank, they're gonna go all the way. Yeah, but see, there's another argument that comes into the discussion when you're talking about the tanks, which is big dude with great sword. And that tends to beat the odds. And that's why people will play Gladiator more than Templar. You know? The human being is a very, like, predictable creature. And a big guy with great sword is always going to be an archetype that people will favor. All right, nice. I'm kind of running out of codexes though. That's the one problem I have. Cleric requires way more skill to play compared to Chenner. Chenner is quite basic, like DPS class. One hit on someone. Cleric has a lot more to play around. I mean, yes and no. Like, I wouldn't call Cleric particularly difficult compared to Chenner, because like Chenner still have to deal with the melee shit. And you still have, like, some skills that are not mobile on Chenta. Like, Cleric is, like, incredibly mobile in its range, it's Bing chilling, right? Like, yeah, it's a bit more involved on the support side, especially in PvP. Now, obviously, if you're talking about PvP, then yeah, Cleric is a bit more involved. But, I mean, broadly speaking, it's tomatoes, right? Alright. Nice. Which class do you encounter least often in the game now? I would say it's a draw between Sork and SM. I think the casters, the mages, there you go. I would say the mages are probably the least popular right now. Yeah. Alright, and this one I'm going to morph. What's up? How's it going to grind? Well, it's going. I did 3 citadels and got 2 orange pieces of equipment, so... I would say it's going pretty good, you know? It's pretty decent. Is this AION2 or you're playing AION1 but with another tag? This is AION2, yes. Any trick on Nightmare Kaisno boss? If you're struggling with high ping on the jumping mechanic, just fucking spam jump diagonally and then glide to bullshit your way through, and then just like double potion through it. Okay, so I guess Spolders. I mean cape, yeah, cape for the smite, I guess. Yeah, cape for the smite. All right, next. Crazy that I just got 2 pieces of lava hard gear. That's not fair. Like, people are going to look at me and be like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna lose the perfect though. But I mean, I have to do it eventually anyways. How do you play if it's not released? You're a tester? No, the game has been out in Korea and Taiwan for 7 months. So I'm just playing on Taiwan right now. Had to do Chromid wall gimmick to 2SM. Oh yeah, yeah. The body blocking with the pets goes a bit crazy. Yeah. Or an ADMS interesting in the jumping. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where you kind of have to get used to it. You know what I mean? All right. Some cheap mana stones. Meanwhile, like I'll probably handle these down the lane, but yeah, at least give me some attack, bare minimum. Brother, stop giving me MP and block. It's AION1 modded. Hell yeah. Got that logbook going. Yeah, this week has been crazy. Like this week has been just insane. Bro, can you literally get? Okay, there we go. Okay, well, damage boost. All right, well, never mind. I was about to complain, but I'm done complaining. Like, at least 1 line of attack, right? To keep until I get more mana stones. Okay, there we go. 15 attack, a bit of HP, sure. It's gonna be good enough for now. Okay, I'm 5.6k now. I have to update the stream title. Crazy. Yeah, I don't have the money to do the soul binding shit, though. Yeah. Not yet. That's gonna be a job for next week. I mean, I can't do the Philistone stuff anyways because I'm out of Philistones and I have to keep the ones I have for the brooch. So yeah. Looking good without the helmet, yeah. People just pressed the button frame 1 as the stream started and haven't switched off of it, so there you go. But yeah, more options for channel points now. Hell yeah. I do have other stuff planned, but yeah. I'll probably do some work on those, like tomorrow or something. Ooh, fucking potential though. Fuck. Dude, I need money right now. Dude, I'm down horrendous for that key now. Yeah, let me just like join 1 more run and then I'll do some old stuff. I'm new to this game. Before release EU. How to ground Kina, do you know? Farming dungeons. That's the best way. My god. Yeah, sure, I'll help this guy. Why not? I'm feeling generous. When do we get the apply Gooner costume button? You're gonna have to pay some good money for that. $2,700 comp power halved into the premium. I would honestly, like, if you're gonna be playing the game on Taiwan, even if it's just for a month to get acclimated to the game, I would grab the sub to get the growth pack, because, like, yeah, it's just going to make your life so much easier. And also you're gonna be able to boost 2 characters to, like, try out 2 potential mains, right? 100k points for a nice bikini overlay. Alright, stop. Thinking like a rich man. I mean, 15 bucks. The 1 month is not that much, right? Just to like, for the sheer amount of time you're gonna save, and like how much better your experience is gonna be. Like, yeah, what the top 1% would say, bruh. Can't win. Does this one have 25? Oh, he does. Cool. That's all I'm asking for. Okay, this guy is also sub 5k, but I mean, whatever. This guy's 5.8 though. Oh, yeah. Just to be replaced by 50 points, yeah. The same way that Anchovy is getting mogged on the Ilios channel point redeem every time. Elon Musk type shit, yeah, clearly. You need to have a father figure with an emerald mine to be able to afford a $15 subscription, yes. How to enter. And this Shanta is getting a free pass by for hard mode, but you know what? Good for him, good for him. Like, the people who are genuinely requesting 800k, 850k for this are like just genuinely fucking insane. Fuck them. And your playmate's not easy? Holy. Do you know anyone that owns an emerald mine asking for a friend? Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, given the conditions that those are operated in, I do not. Rank 1 title for, let's say, Season 1, you'll have this title forever? Yes, you will. All of the cosmetic rewards from the ranking stuff you keep like forever. It's just that if they have any additional effect, like, let's say like the nameplate effect like this is going to wear out like the next season over, but the actual title is gonna stay. As a proud 770 IQ. I enjoy your stream, so join your stream to watch AION2. Thank you, very cool. We bought new computers for AION2. Holy goals, dude. Insane pull. I've heard that I mean, for Zuno, I'm going to answer you the exact same way I've answered every single time someone asks me about this video. I haven't watched it, I don't give a shit, this person is not worth my time or your time, and it doesn't even matter if there was any amount of like valuable takeaway from that video. Just because the video is titled the way it is simply not worth watching. That's it. How annoying is the melee stuff? I'm torn between China and Cleric. Is Cleric more chill? Melee, obviously when you play melee you have to stay close to the boss to be hitting it, right? Obviously. But melee in general in this game is not exactly complicated. Like, you have a lot of gap closers, right? So staying at the melee of anything isn't difficult, whether it's on PvE or PvP. And melee classes have like manual block skills, which allow them to just like invuln through point blank mechanics, basically. You know, the ones that allow them at least. And a lot of mechanics also account to like give ranged players a hard time as equally as melees, right? So I wouldn't say there's like any particular discrepancy between the two class types. I don't even know who that is. Me neither, and neither do I care. You know what I mean? Describing anyways, yeah, exactly. Which is precisely, like, the thing is, which is precisely why I'm just not interested in engaging with all of that, right? Like, this is why I'm not interested in collaborating with anyone. It's why I'm not interested in, like, being part of big communities. I'm just doing my thing on my end, and I'm playing the video game. I'm making guides for people who want to enjoy the video game, and that's it, bro. I couldn't give any less of a shit about what is going on in the creator sphere, because honestly, I don't identify to it. You know? I took him and blocked him, yeah. And the thing is, right, is genuinely, if you value your time, like, honestly, I don't even know how long the video is, but like, let's say it's 20 minutes, right? You could be spending that 20 minutes doing something more valuable with your life, you know? Like, just think about that. Those are 20 minutes you will never get back. No games to play. I mean, you can just like casually check the game out, right? If you really want to. But I wouldn't say there's no games to play. I guess it depends on like which genre you're attracted to. But yeah, like if you want to check the game out, the option is there. The sub is cheap. The growth system allows you to like dip your toes into the end game to like start understanding the game before global release, so you can do that if you want to. I tried Lago Fast and it feels better to me than Exit Lag. Well, there you go. And guys, if you want to subscribe to Lago Fast, you're never gonna guess. But you can !VPN to get a reduction on it. Isn't that great? What would you say is universal class for all content range and melee separately? Every class is great for... every class is good for everything. It's just that some classes are better at some things than other, right? Like Ranger is really solid to like grind trash packs, right? Like, Cleric is the ultimate group healer for PvP, like, you know. So it just more so depends on, like, which archetype you want to focus on. And exactly what you want out of a class, right? But there's no, like, shit class or anything. Did you say a discount for VPN? Oh my god. Black. Ranger has no downsides. Yeah, Ranger is really comfy, but obviously it's a DPS class, right? And that comes with the usual caveats of DPS classes, which is that the only thing that you bring to the group is your DPS. So if you don't like keep up in terms of your gear, you're gonna be less desirable, right? Oh man. Well, these guys are having a hard time too. I mean, it was a bit of a rough pattern, I'll give him that. Would you say making 6 rangers for global as corridor ascension mules is a good idea? I mean, sure, why the fuck not? Send it, King. I wouldn't say there's like a good or bad idea when it comes to picking classes, regardless of whether it's for your main or your ult. You know what I mean? Like, but like, if you want to make an ult specifically to grind shit, then yeah, Ranger is a great idea, because Ranger is the grinding king, you know? Does your avatar has different hair? No, I just made this one like today. As a chat, like, oh my god, we're dead. Yeah. As a redeem interaction. Yeah, I think these guys are a little bit lost, but that's fine. I just need to do one, right? So. Back when I played Lost Ark, our Bard Aesthetic had 5 other Bard ults. I mean, that's valid. It's just that, you know, do you want to have some different gameplay offerings with your ults, or are you just like comfortable playing one thing? That's up to you, right? Ranger needs a decent setup to be comfortable. I mean, yes and no, right? Like, when it comes to just purely grinding, you can just leave it to like using the mobile skills, right? Especially for stuff like corridors where shit just dies in one hit anyways. Gold! Okay, I'm gonna get this one, because I know nobody's gonna get it. And of course I go for the lone one, and no one goes for the other one. What the fuck are these guys doing? Average 70 IQ, yeah man, that's me. I'm going to make 6 Clerics ults. Is that a good idea? Wow, brother, I don't know about this one. I can't decide between SM, Range, and Glad. I mean, you have 2 months to decide, and if you really want to try the gameplay stuff, you can just jump on Taiwan and have a look for yourself, right? And hey, if you are really undecided by then, you can grab the early access and play both on the early access server, right? And then when the full release comes out, you reroll on the full release with whichever one you picked, right? The world is your fucking oyster, brother. Use your free will as much as you can. Black. Right, actually, I'm covering all of them. So, are these guys like deadass? You know? They just seem lost. I don't think they know exactly how this mechanic works. Someone... Dude, someone just typed in the group chat, attention deficit disorder is a disease. What the fuck? Like, these guys are uncovering, like, burns you've never heard about before. Yeah, I don't know about this group, dude. I don't think this group is it. Do I burn a stone on this? I mean, I guess... Yeah, well, this guy rezzed at the beginning. I opened the stream and my cleric is dead. GG's. Yeah. I just need to do one run to use my energy, right? Because I'm broke as shit. But these guys are not... They're not the chosen ones, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but we're gonna get 3 swords now. Okay, we're gonna get 4 swords. Never mind. I love creative insults. Yeah, that was a deep cut. Okay. By this point is usually when someone is going to rage quit the dungeon. So let's see what's going on here. I don't want to do mechanics. Yeah. But access will be cooked. Never seen it working out ever. I mean, it's just the usual stuff, right? Which is why I said I'm going to take part in it, and if it's really bad, I'll move on to the full release servers. Like, I don't mind, quote unquote, wasting 5 days. You know what I mean? Black. How are we missing anything? Like, these shields are hella stacked. There's no way. If you keep running around, I'll report you. Wow, this guy has no chill, dude. This guy's he's at his fucking wit's end, dude. He's had enough. Is ulting even possible? We need everything on our main to keep up with combo power. In the current state of the game, you do want to run ults, but very specific stuff. It's not like very involved stuff, but it's just some side progression system that benefits from ults. Yeah, 3 souls. I mean, that's savable, right? As long as they don't fuck around. Totally. I mean, we have 5 seconds. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's good. You know, it's not gonna be the cleanest kill of this shit, but okay, gold. At least all of the golds are packed, so I can like, I should get all of them, right? Yeah, okay, nice. Considering if you're given to all no, anything that has to do with like interacting with soul binds is locked to the character. Like, there's some, like, you know, sneaky stuff you can do, like transferring golds from one character to another to then use as a soulbind material on your main, right? But interacting with, like, any of the systems is only locked on the character who owns the piece. Like, the only way a different character can interact with a piece of equipment that isn't theirs is enhancing them. Right, the boss should die. Like, we can get the soul mechanic. I don't think we have to do it. I mean, if they do it, we'll do it. Fuck it, but... yeah, I mean, that's fine. Both are next to the boss anyways. That's okay. Thank God I only need 1 kill, because like this group is not the one. Am I gonna get another piece of orange here? That would be funny. You know what? I need Philistines. Give me Philistines. Yeah. I need a lot of Philistines. Oh man. Oh well. At least I'm not a broke boy anymore. Opening the growth gear on the ult and transferring the stat from PvP gear to the main. I mean, that's actually pretty smart, you know, when you think about it like that, but unfortunately you cannot do that. Alright. I mean, unfortunately. That's probably fortunate as far as, like, you know, how cringe the game would get otherwise. Okie doke. I do have some abyss shit to do, actually, so let me see. Yeah, I need to, guys, I need to hunt 7 monsters. What would I do? I deadass. Okay, you know what? I need to finish my low abyss contract. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now, before I forget again. just I bought everything, it's just the ones I have, and yeah, okay. Alright. I mean, I'll go for some keys. I still haven't gotten the new wings. I still haven't gotten the old skin, dude. It's fucked. I've opened so many fucking cubes, and I'm not getting shit from them. Crazy. I'll take the 10 asphalt. 1 Gamba, dude. Hell yeah. Alright. Time to use my new 2 pieces of high commander gear. Hell yeah, it's gonna make all the difference. It won't. In fact, it's not gonna make any difference. Is the guy chasing me? I think he is. Yeah. I mean, that's a commander. I don't need commanders, actually. I need a couple for my platinum seasonal. Very cool. Thanks, John PvP. Appreciate it. I can't wait for global, man. I can't wait for global. I can't wait to play like a different class. You fucked them up. It's not so much me that fucked them up, it's the assassin that jumped in. You have a full PvP set? Yeah, but it's not like... My PvP set is not completely up to date, because I haven't really been keeping up on my PvP set for like a few months. But you know, it's functional. It's okay to like hold my own. Can't wait to not be a cleric. Yeah, pretty much. But more than that, I can't wait to like actually want to fully invest myself into the game. Like I want to grind this game, you know what I mean? Yeah, I want to do Kyra every hour. I want to like do everything from day one, you know? Because I'm really holding myself back right now. Wait, I want to be a cleric on global. Is it that bad? Cleric is not bad. Cleric is a good class. It's just that for solo PvP specifically, Cleric is the worst class. For specifically solo PvP. In group PvP, it's great. But for solo, not so much. And I do care about my solo PvP capabilities. Another Templar. What's with all of these Templars? What's Kyra? Kyra, these balls in your mouth. We got one, chat. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a world boss that has the potential to spawn every hour. Oh yeah, let me activate that too. I've not only upcraft before yet. If I upcraft my Tribunus PvP gear to Archon Commander, do I retain the stats? Yes, you do. This Cleric? Yes, I'm playing Cleric. And the nice thing about upcrafting is that it already accounts for the medal Gamba value. So like, it accounts for like the 20% chance you would have if you spent the medals of the previous tier. Like, I don't know if you see what I mean, right? It accounts for the medal value of the previous tier in the upgrade process. So you will notice that the upgrade costs less medal than buying it outright, basically. So you're not even losing out on anything. Like, it's just straight up better, because at least you don't have to use upgrade material or Kina. Like free? Yeah. Did you change your avatar? No, it's just... I added a channel redeem that allows people to remove the helmet. And apparently they really like it, because my character hasn't had a helmet since. Cleric AION2 seems to be good with PvP. It's great for group PvP. For solo PvP, it suffers from the fact that it doesn't have CC. And in a very CC-centric like PvP meta. Oh well, the helmet is back on. But the reason less and less people play Cleric... I wouldn't say less and less people play Cleric. Like, Cleric is still a very popular class. But at least that's my reasons for switching off of it. Never thrice. Are you going to upcraft Horn or risk it? I mean... I already kind of did. Like, as soon as the upcrafting method, as soon as there's a guaranteed upcrafting method, you just go for it. You just go for it. In global, yeah, I will. I will always go for the guaranteed route. Like, risking the craft is not worth it. When you consider, like, the premium that you have to pay for the guaranteed craft being not that much, right? I immediately took it off, that's crazy work. Yo, Mako, thanks for the prime, appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes made by me. 74k points to spend, might as well use them, hell yeah. What are you gonna play? I'm leaning on Templar right now, yeah. Yeah, like Templar is what I'm thinking about so far. It's gonna depend on the state of balance when the game comes out in global, and it's also going to depend on what the people I play with play. Let's change and give other items. Yeah, that's planned, Thrice. That is planned. Do you think they will remove the Kuna to Kuna exchange? No. Okay, we already know that's gonna be there. And thanks for the follow, Mako. Wow, you primed before you follow? That's crazy work. And the helmet wars are on, dude. Holy. I won't even gamble the Ustiel ties. Okay, Davanian is different. I will always gamble Davanian. Always. Because it's very low consequence and it's just funny. Can you show me where killing stats can't wait for a global release? Where killing stats? Do you mean the leaderboards? I made the mistake of playing Sork and Equalized BG. It was fun. Yeah, I mean, Sork is just in a good spot right now. Like, the seal on Sork is really reliable now. The damage is great, the mobility is great. Like, Sork is just a good-ass class right now. It really is. How was that a mistake? all the Sorks coming out in chat. Is it best to go full Horn Dragon armor, just Dungeon Red? For the armor, just go Dungeon. Like, the damage torrent stats on the armor barely matters in endgame PvE. Like, your comp is going to make a bigger difference. So yeah, like the dungeon orange is more than enough. You can just focus on crafted accessories, weapon, and guard. Please buff Gladiator 10 times before global so I can make a god class, bro. Glad is fine. I think you're pretty fucking safe. Sork is a more interesting class compared to Gladiator. I mean, honestly, it kind of is, right? Because, like, you do have the opportunity to actually do covers and to rely on, like, anti-heals and CC and so on and so forth, right? So, kinda, yeah. I mean, again, like, I wouldn't say any class is particularly complex to play, even in PvP, but, yeah. I mean, that's it for the contracts, right? Yeah, okay. Sork is good in ZVZ, yeah. Sork is just going to be a solid pick for global. They need to nerf heals in BG. I mean, I do think that Cleric is a bit too strong in Battleground. Like, it's crazy how much, like, having a good Cleric in the group changes the tide of the battle, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to do a quick round of the Abyss, actually, because I'm a bit behind on my AP cap, so... Before I switch to my ult to do stuff, I'm gonna do that. Supreme Commander. Ah, I see. Well, how about... I mean, he's just gonna kill me. He's fully vision, bro. Horn accessory, I mean, I'm not going to go for horn accessories. I'm just going to, like, still, like, stay with the gold accessories because you don't really benefit all that much from horn accessories in terms of, like, raw stats. What about Gladiator and ZVZ? I mean, it's not that it's terrible. It's just that, obviously... It's a melee in ZVZ, right? It doesn't matter the game. Like, melees in ZVZ are always not going to be, like, very comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is going to be one of those unending battles. I mean, I guess I can wait for someone to, like, attack him. Okay, well, he's done. He's seen enough. Bro, like, took a few swings at me, saw that none of us were damaging each other, and it was like, yeah, I'm going to press the remove flight button now. Next order players? Yeah, no problem. That's why I'm here. ZVZ is unimportant though right now. It's more a small scale game. I mean, ZVZ has its importance, right? In the sense that obviously sieges and world bosses are pretty important. And in some cases, both factions are going to swarm the boss. And playing melee in those situations is a bit rough. But that's not to say that you're going to be incapable of gaining like good rankings, especially because like you do have to consider that the rankings for these are purely class based, and if you're struggling, the other members of your class are struggling too. You know what I mean? So ultimately it doesn't really change much. But if you're talking about purely the ZVZ fights, like outside of Siege and stuff like that, then yeah, obviously that's a bit different because there's only PvP involved there. And we don't know exactly how the PvP format for the Abyss Rift missions are going to be, because it could be ZVZ without a PvE objective. If that's the case, then yeah, melees are going to be at a disadvantage, right? But yeah. I mean, broadly speaking, again, don't try to metagame it. You know what I mean? Ultimately, it's not that deep. Is there some differences? Yes, absolutely. But just focus on the archetype you enjoy the most, first and foremost, because it doesn't matter if you play something that's like meta. If you don't enjoy the archetype, you're not gonna have fun, right? You do some meme range build as a glad with cleave and knockdown? Probably not. I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna do that, you're probably just better off like having a good extendable to do shit like this with, right? And just like max melee it. Because you would be surprised in flight when you're hitting like large bosses. You would be surprised how far you can hit like large bosses. Suggest me a class to play when global release. I don't have a static or guild. I like to pump damage in PvP and PvE. I mean, yes, Yassine. I'm gonna have to ask you, what archetype do you prefer? Range, melee, more bulk, less bulk, like glass cannon? Need a range tank. How about we don't need that? I'm liking Ranger. Well, there you go. Ranger is a solid pick. How well do you think AION2 will do on global? Personally, I think AION2 will extremely massive. I mean, as it's the same MMO shtick. It's gonna do well at the beginning, right? And then people are going to realize, wait, this is a Korean MMO. No! And then some people are going to leave, right? And then 2 years from now, it's gonna be a bit more niche, but it's still gonna be very playable for people who like it. There you go. That's my bold prediction. What stigmas do you have max at 25? It depends on what I'm doing and what the comp I have in my group. So you're gonna have to be a bit more specific in terms of like what I'm running. You have max PvP gear on? No, very far from it. I stopped really like taking care of my PvP gear like a few months ago. So I'm pretty behind on all my PvP gear, but I have enough to be like holding my own. Which tank has high skill ceiling and APM? Well, maybe I'm gonna have I have some bad news for you. Like, both tanking class kind of boil down to holding down a button. So, yeah. I mean, to be fair, most classes in this game is like, you have a macro for your bread and butter, and then you have some skills that are separate, right? And broadly speaking, you're pressing like 4 or 5 buttons. Like, at most. The grind isn't even that bad? No, the grind in this game is like very fucking chill. Like, can you grind this game like a fucking degenerate to like push the envelope more? Yeah, you can. But on a surface level, like for the general player, you're not gonna have to do that. Oh, but I need to be competitive. I need to be top 1. Bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, a lot of the people acting like it's a fucking catastrophe that they will never be able to be top 1. Because yada yada grind, yada yada swiping, yada yada rankings, right? Like, most of these people would not make it out of fucking bronze to begin with. So, like, just please. Just want to grind on this in the... Yeah. And this game is perfect for that. Like, the progression in this game is satisfying, right? Everything you do has a meaning in terms of the progression. Like, the game's fun. Just have fun with it. Like, they had the level to be top 1. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's always the same thing anyways. You know what I mean? Like, sincerely, okay, I'm going to say something very selfish, chat, right? And you have to, like, you know, bear with me here. I cannot wait for this game to have been out for like a couple of months and for all of the tourists to be gone from the game. So we can just go back to just playing the game, talking about the game, and just vibing together. You know what I mean? Oh god, is Argos about to spawn? Oh yeah, I guess he is. Seems uglier today? Wow, dude, that's fucked up you would say that. That's a fucked up thing to say. Supreme Commander, ah. Ah. I see how you have not come alone. Well, I don't know about this one. Yeah. Damn, you guys arrived a bit too late. I'm gonna be honest, really bad timing on that. I just said what I feel. Doesn't make it any less fucked up. But hey, you have the power to change it with channel points. Open in the background while playing and listening to you. How are you still sane, answering the same 5 questions over and over again? I mean, pre-fizz, it's just like out of the activity, you know what I mean? And thanks for the follow meme. It's just something that you need to have an understanding that you're gonna be doing this all the time if you're gonna be streaming anything. Especially if you're like, you know, taking the more like guide approach to doing stuff, which I have been. Break free mechanic, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so pretty much. That's why I said that the PvP is very CC centric, right? And the reason why Cleric is not the best in 1v1 is because Cleric does not have any CC. Now, obviously, there's a bit more to it, right? But yeah. Also, it's not exactly 1 minute because like between the skill leveling as well as illusion, it's more like every 25 to 30 seconds. But yeah. Let's have a community. Yeah, I mean that's why I'm here, right? Alright, Argos is spawning. Argos is spawning. I'll just stay in PvP, whatever. Just give me my 1 token. I'm playing 20 years MMO. I mean, honestly, like, I have the itch to go back to old MMOs every now and again. And I still do. Like, just last month, I was streaming a bit of Final Fantasy 11, right? Like, the thing with MMOs is, honestly, the best approach to playing MMOs is having just a solid foundation of, like, 2-3 MMOs that you like, and that you bounce in between, you know? Like, you go on a game, you grind it, you grind it, you grind it, and then when you're done with what you're doing, or you get burnt out, you drop it, and you go to the next MMO over, right? And then every now and again, when there's a new MMO that releases, that picks your attention, you play it. If you like it, you add it to your rotation. If you don't like it, you just drop it. That's what I do, and that's honestly the best fucking way to go about it. If I have an Elios character and a Asmodean character that looks identical, are we wearing the same costume? Is there any difference? Not really. Like, the racial difference in this game are, like, very, very minimal. What's your ping? 200. Hand size affect weapon or not? Or do you mean like in AION2 where the size of the weapon affected the size of your hands affected the size of the weapon? I don't think it does it? Maybe it does. I don't know what metric impacts your weapon size in this game actually. Yes, 2 commanders, great. Just my luck. Oh man. 3 commanders. With X form. Do you have plans for global, or are you going to stick on Taiwan, Korea? Global is going to be my main plan. Like, Taiwan has been just a waiting room for me. I'm just playing the game just enough to keep up, to be able to like make guys and understand the game. But global is where I'm actually going to go hard. I work a full-time job. I can only play 1 MMO at a time. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Cerrone, right? You only play 1 at a time. But you have a rotation of games that you enjoy, and when you're like, your enjoyment for one given game is on the downfall, you switch to the other one, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I do. Like, you just completely drop one of them, and you go to on another one, right? Keep checking back. Lord of the Ring Online, Guild Wars 2, I know they just won't grab me the way they used to, too much old mechanics. I mean, yeah, but every now and again, when you're just in convalescence, just looking for the next thing, like, it's nice to go back to the classics and just have fun with them, right? And remember why you like them. I think so for guessing. Fly mount that small for fly away. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was 15 bucks. Alright. I mean, at the end of the day, right, I'm not going to drop this character entirely. Here's the Supreme Commander again. We're not doing this. Evasion Ranger is a pring. But, like, I'm not going to abandon this character entirely. Like, I'm gonna keep this character on the low key while I'm playing on Global, just to be able to check out, like, the new patch and stuff like that, right? Just to be able to cover the new content, possibly, stuff like that, right? So yeah, not going to abandon it completely, but obviously, like, I'm going to mainly focus on Global, and I'm going to go hard on Global. Kratos for Global, yeah. I mean, look, and at the end of the day, I'm doing content creation in this game, right? Like, I have chosen to do that, and obviously playing on the Korean/Taiwanese servers is going to give me an edge in terms of, like, being able to answer people's questions, being able to make guides. Like, I'm going to enter into Global with a backlog of 6 months worth of YouTube videos of dungeon and raid guides already ready. I won't have to remake them, they're already there. They will be just as relevant when the game comes out in the West as they were when I made them, you know what I mean? So yeah. PvP, because I'm playing Cleric 9-1, I would like to play Cleric 9-2 as well, but I care only about PvP, not PvE, both solo and group. I like the class that can heal themselves like Cleric or Channer. The thing is, every class has some sort of healing capabilities because of life leeching, right? So you will have sustain regardless of the class. Now obviously Cleric has more, and Cleric also has like a decent bulk. But let's say like if you played like Templar. Templar has really good bulk, and Templar also has fairly decent life leeching. Same for Gladiator, right? Is that 2 gladiators on me? Oh, just happy to see me. Yeah, it is. So yeah. Yeah, these guys are definitely botting. Okay, I think that's a Templar actually. Glad and Templar. Oh man. Like, you see that gladiator that just regen to full health in 2 hits? There you go. That is what I'm talking about. Well. Here comes these guys again. Is this guy X-formed or something? I think he is, actually. Yeah. Damn, what's with all of the X-formed commanders? I mean, I guess the boss just died, it makes sense. I should probably go to mid or Shanta actually to do this. Yeah. Ooh, 20 plats. Massive stonks. Except for Mage, I usually feel like it's the biggest victim on the battlefield. I would honestly, Soak and SM are not doing bad in PvP right now. Like, it used to be worse, right? And Soak used to be significantly worse than SM, but honestly, like, both are in a decent spot right now. Now, I would still say that some classes are like pretty overbearing in PvP compared to the rest, but yeah, it's a bit better than it used to be. Iron block. Oh, doesn't seem like it. Seems like a honest to god full DPS cleric actually. Wow, this is a full high commander DPS cleric. Holy shit. And he's still not doing damage to me. Oh well. Here comes the actual source of damage. It's the fucking Supreme Commander Ranger again. There's no way. This guy is everywhere. Mage can basically CC immune with the right build, yeah. And Sork is actually able to land CCs like reliably now, on top of doing great damage. Supreme Will, it's the same guy over and over. Just stuck in the Ranger Gulag. SM beats Sork 1v1 though. In the current patch? I don't know, dude. Honestly, in the current patch, I don't know, because like Sork can just... I mean, I guess, yeah, it really depends on how both play, right? Because taunt locking isn't as prevalent in high CC resist scenarios anymore, which Sork is, right? But SM is still able to dispel and cover seal. It's just that I haven't really seen SM do cover sealing in a long time. Whereas Sorks always have that in their back pocket. So I feel like in an overworld encounter where DSM isn't built for that, I feel like, broadly speaking, the Sork maybe is going to win. Just because the Sork is always going to have the seal, you know what I mean? Damn, that poor assassin. What were you guys just talking about 1v1 arena? I mean, yeah, 1v1 arena I guess is a bit different because like you have the opportunity to respec for every individual, right? So yeah. But then again, who gives a shit about 1v1 arena? Holy shit. Who even does that shit nowadays? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat the life leech. I mean, maybe if I suck at the root, I would be able to do something. But yeah. I'm pretty surprised at the fact that this guy's not able to like properly damage me though. So. And let me try to pull this guy closer to our artifact to see if I can have someone to help me. Yeah, well, here's a SM. I think the SM is about to fucking die. Well, there you go. I think this guy's done with me. Yeah, you know what? You know what, bro? Fair enough. Let's just agree to like go on our own little journey over here. Okay, this guy has PvE gear. Can just blat him. Yeah, there you go. Man, life-stealing blades, like life-stealing potential in PvP is still stupid, huh? I kind of want to run the route, but I would have to run it like raw, which kind of sucks. Alright. 30k AP, yippee! Hooray! Like, the thing is, I just think there's more value with Boost of Doom, because at least it always stick, right? And against classes like Chanta, pretty high value. Ah yes, immediate paralysis. Yeah, assassin. Assassin doing assassin stuff. Yeah. Yeah, assassin is still as overbearing in PvP as it's always been. I still think assassin probably loses against gladiator, like still. But yeah. I don't know how the ranger assassin matchup is doing these days actually. I feel like the meta has shifted so much. Like there's so many people just running accuracy that evasion is not a problem for assassin anymore, right? How about Soul Glad? It's a bit up for debate because Sork actually is able to resist some CCs, and Sork is so bursty right now that honestly I wouldn't be surprised if Sork is able to kill Gladiator nowadays. Now, the one caveat obviously is the invuln, but then again, if you run the ice block on Sork, you're able to like wait out but like Gladiator's buffs, right? So yeah, I would say like I would have to see some like, you know, high-end arenas and stuff like that to choose for sure, but I would say that Sork probably has a chance to win against Gladiator right now. Even matchup, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because like I could see it go either way. Because the main thing is that Gladiator has the manual block, and if you get the manual block off at the right time against Sork, I think that opens up a window of opportunity for you to fuck up the Sork. That is like big enough. Life-stealing base is also strong. Yeah, but the thing with Sork is that if Sork gets you, they are supposed to just root you, seal, anti-heal you, right? And then they just fucking hellfire or asshole, and then you just die, right? Like that's the whole gimmick here. The main thing is they have to get that, you know what I mean? So I could see it go either way, depending on like how well you time your... Alright. I mean, he actually CC'd me with that, that's crazy. Oh, I'll take a martial kill. Yeah, depending on how you time your manual block, yeah. Like that's the one thing that is really attracting me as well to playing a more melee class. Like, in PvP, the manual block is insane. The fact that you have 3 charges of it, honestly, if you play well and you know when to use it, I don't know how you even fucking lose. You know what I mean? Like, it's really fucking strong in PvP. It's crazy to me that I don't see that many people use the manual block. Genuinely. I don't know why those people are not using it. Because, like, cooldown of stuff is very predictable. And when you understand that X class uses X important skills every X seconds, and you just, like, broadly use your manual block around the time he's gonna use them and just maintain it for the full duration, like, you just fucking win. You know what I mean? And in a lot of scenarios as well, like, if you have your 3 charges of manual block, you can just, like, spam it through a burst window if you're, like, really in a pinch. Green Soak and the Glide matchup seems pretty even, but then it's also annoying how they get less in arena 90% of the time. Yeah, I mean, Gladiator is just, like, a really popular cast, right? What a guy. I mean, this guy's still probably botting, but he's botting with, like, a fully guild character. Ain't that some shit? Hell yeah. Yeah, you love to see the 20% root chance be back on Condemnation, honestly. It's really carrying its weight right now. Damn, this guy just got rooted through all of that. That's pretty funny. When it rains, it pulls, right? APA is account what or character specific? It's character specific, which is why I have to do some catch up on this character right now. Like, I'm 400k behind right now, so I'm almost there, but yeah, just have to do my due diligence. I know that's also the reason why, like, if you have an ult that is capable of at least farming the officer bots, you can grind them to get fast closet progression too, which I'm gonna be doing on my ranger as well at some point. How does Corridor on ult help? Mainly because it's like really low effort, low investment, and like it's like in 5 minutes you get 200k AP, regardless of the level of proficiency of your ult. You know what I mean? Whereas to get actual AP, you need your character to be somewhat strong. It's the question again, yeah. I think Forzuno knows. But I think they're asking this more so in the sense of, if you can just get AP normally, why would you need to get it through corridors? Which is a fair question to ask, but yeah, the answer is just player power. If you want to get regular AP, you're gonna need your character to be set up a bit. Whereas corridors is just like short investment, no gear required. Like, bam, 40-50k AP per corridors. Do you need ults in this game like Lost Talk? Ults do help with some of the progression systems, but it's nowhere near like what it is on Lost Ark. Like, you're not going to be stuck in a scenario where you play your ult more than your main. Like, the stuff that you do on your ult are very like low time investment. Like, you can push your ult as much as you want to basically be a second main if you really want to. Like for me, like, I'm just using my ult to do like really light stuff to get progression for like closet and stuff. 6 ults on day 3, 4 global. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm planning on doing, right? Like, the first week of playing this game is going to be dedicated to making ults. Assuming they don't change the closet stuff, yeah. That's this guy again. Man, I never have... Okay, well, there's a lot of people here now. Yeah. Like, assuming they're going to keep things like the exact same on global, yeah, I'm gonna be running ults like fucking day 1 to prepare for closet stuff. Do you think they add broad on global? Nah. It's like I always say, right? Like, had the global already been out when they released Brawler in Korea, I could have seen them like adding it to global as well. But considering global is coming out afterwards, I think they're just going to follow like the chapter 1 release schedule for Brawler. Wasn't the Battle Pass character bound? Yeah. But I'm not sure what that has to do with Cordals though. When you roll skins, do you choose certain grades or just auto? Right now I'm mainly I'm missing like just a couple of blue skins, and then the rest is gold and orange, right? So right now I'm mostly being lazy, and I just like combine blue and above. What do you mean closet on ults? The closet system, which is basically every time you get a skin, it goes into your closet, right? Also has another system tied to it called the collection system, right? Every time you get a skin of a specific slot, it increases the base stat for that specific slot. So like a chest piece will increase the defense, for example, right? And the best way to farm high-end skins is to combine skins that you don't need in the combining system to try and get skins that you don't have, right? And the best way to do it is by combining abyssal skins, because when you dissolve a regular piece of equipment, you have a 10% chance to get the skin. When you dissolve a piece of abyss equipment, you have a 100% chance to get the skin. But since AP is a finite resource, you don't really want to do that on your main, which is why farming AP on your ult, namely by running corridors, is the most efficient way to do that. You run the corridor, you buy abyss gear with your ult, you dissolve it, it sends the skin to the closet, and then you combine the skin on your main to get the skins that you don't have. And this is the main reason to run an ult right now. Man, I'm getting really good at explaining this. Explain the same thing enough time, right? And you'll be able to explain it really fast, I guess. But I'm kind of due to make a video on this. Man, my UCL animation actually got cancelled. That's crazy. But the skin fuse would just spam auto. Yeah, especially to begin with, because like anything that is like white, green, blue, your main source of them is going to be dungeon gear that you combine, right? You fill in all of the blanks, so you're gonna have to combine everything early on. What setup you use? Yeah, you don't stitch target? Stitch target. Switch target, oh. I'm just... When I do PvP, I just switch to like the hard PvP target mode. So just like ignore any target that isn't another player, basically. I'm just going to keep Boost of Doom in case I encounter like a Chen or something. Fuck that. Oh, he's a Cleric. Speaking of, okay, well, this guy has no gear there. Yeah, honestly, like these bots are so juicy right now. I'm tempted to also bring my ult to farm them. That's because when I grace another direction, I'll switch on something else. Yeah, because you're probably using the action mode, and you're not hard targeting targets, right? That's probably why. You can have a tap target, even on action mode, but that is similar to what I have. Although I'm not an expert on the subject because I only use the tap target mode. Like, I'm using AION1 mode. Alright, 250k AP more. Make a video for that? For what? Like, targeting settings? I'm mainly going to focus on like system guys and stuff like that, but if enough people ask, you know, I'll do anything, I guess. I'm curious about the price of content of the founder packs. It's gonna be the same as usual. Again, really predictable, right? It's gonna be like 40, 80, 100 or something like that. And the 41 is just going to be the access with maybe like a pet or something. And then the 80 and 100 are gonna be like more prestigious mounts and shit like that, you know? And then probably like a month of sub included. Okay, well, you have fun with this guy. I'm gonna hunt the other people. Do an OnlyFan? No. I'm gonna do a guide for Cleric. I'm gonna have guides, like broad introduction guides for like pretty much every class when Global is closer to release. It's not gonna be like super in-depth, but it's gonna be like, you know, just broad introduction. Here's what this class does. Here's how you play it. Maybe like throw in a bone with like macro setups and stuff like that, and like that's about it. Oh, the Cleric is bomb blasting my ass. I see. Okay. The template is kind of whatever. Does the pool have the exposed debuff now, actually? Because I know Templar has the exposed debuff now. I forget on which one he does. Item camera guide would be nice, yeah. Patreon guides, hell yeah. How is Spirit Master in PvP right now? It's alright. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's competent, yeah. It's probably like smack dab in the middle. Fine, where half the Legion doesn't want to buy. I imagine some other Legions are in the same boat. I mean, at the end of the day, if you really want to play on the early access servers, like, you can just do that, and then the people who don't want to pay for it will be able to join 5 days later, right? Even non-paying users will be able to hop in on the early access servers afterwards, right? And because there's not even going to be a week that's going to pass with the early access, which means that the weekly reset is not even going to be off, right? So if you lock in, you won't even be behind, outside of like a bit of energy recharging and everything, which in the long run is not even going to matter. Like, you're mostly going to be behind on stuff like, you know, leveling ults and stuff like that, but yeah, whatever. That being said, right, early access servers, take them with a grain of salt, right? I don't think they're going to be for everyone, because the early access servers are going to really get all of the, you know, the big content creators with like community of tourists into it that are going to overcrowd the server, and then very shortly after make them like drop it out in population, and then also like whales are going to be attracted by them, you know what I mean? So yeah. Do you think they won't lock character creation on the populated servers like they did in Taiwan? I mean, they probably will, but the early access servers, they probably will open up at some point, right? Because as I said, there's going to be a lot of tourists on the early access servers, and these guys will play the game for 1 week, 2, maybe a month, and then they're going to drop the game, right? As it always happens with those games, right? Metacomp established itself, not 5 players, parties have some time. I mean, it's the same as usual, right? It's basically like, it's just full support in a DPS. Like, if you really want to get crunch the numbers, maybe the channel is like not as preferable right now, but it's probably something along those lines, right? So Gladiator, Templar, Cleric, Channel, and then a DPS. Is there a controller option in the game? Yes. You can play with controller. And you will be able to play on controller on global, like, even better, I think. Because, like, I think the controller mode right now is in beta. But obviously, when it releases on Steam with the whole big picture stuff, it's going to be even easier. And maybe they're going to make, like, a controller hotbar or something. Who knows? Early access servers will be sweaty. Yeah, pretty much. Like, they're going to be the sweatiest, and also they're going to be, like, the most at risk of struggling with their economy, as people, like, did from the game. And early size also eventually died out. I mean, the main problem with the Thrones early access servers is that they took too long to open them to the rest of the world. Like, as long as they don't lock them for more than like season 1, it's gonna be fine. Eventually they open it. I believe all the early access will be locked to free-to-play release, be hard for people to join their mates. Probably right, and that is one risk that you're going to have to run. But yeah, we'll see. The thing is that you have to keep in mind with the early access servers is that they're not necessarily going to be locked as hard, namely because bots are not going to flock into them, because the bots are going to wait until the early access period is over. Like, there's going to be some, but the majority are not going to pay for the early access package to bot. You know what I mean? It's too much of a liability. So obviously, because of that, there's going to be less crowding happening. Whereas on the original release on Taiwan and Korea, everything was open to everyone out the gate, right? The bots flocked in really fast, which crowded the servers. Like, look at Neemon, for example. Neemon is a really, like, middle of the pack, like, even almost low pop server compared to other ones. But Neemon is consistently locked. And you know why? Because Neemon has a lot of people swiping for RMT, right? And as a result, there's a lot of bots on the server. So yeah. I'd love to main a range class, right, all 3, level 3. Would you prefer SM Soak Ranger for all content mixed? I mean, again, like, I know I'm going to be a broken record at this point, but it depends on the archetype you prefer. Do you prefer mage? Do you prefer like a fasting class? You know, like all 3 classes are good. Some of them are slightly better at certain things than others. Like SM is tankier because it has better like defense buffs. Ranger is better at farming in the open world. Soak is better at nuking people in PvP. You know, it's yeah. Are they noticeable? Yeah, early access is not going to matter like at all. Even in the short run, it's just not going to matter. Even if they didn't separate the servers, it already wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? And this guy's just spamming buttons. Well, I'll take a Supreme Commander kill, if we can kill him. If he's invuln right now. Oh yeah, that's John PvP. This guy is full high commander gear. Holy shit. Goodness gracious. Yeah, they're not focusing him, that's the problem. I'm the only one hitting this guy. Yeah. They'll be dealing with bots faster than they did on Taiwan. I mean, they will be dealing with bots faster than they did on Taiwan. You know what? Because they haven't been dealing with them at all on Taiwan. So even banning one bot is already going to be faster. Is there a need to do many ults for change? You benefit from having ults, but kind of not in the same way as before. Now, early on into Global, it's probably going to be more beneficial because I'm assuming that the early dungeons will give you Unbound Kina. So early into Global, it's probably going to be in the same line as the original release, which means that having ults is going to be an advantage, yes. But, you know, as time goes by, it's going to fade back to just being an advantage for stuff like corridors and Essential Trial. Is that another John PvP? Kinda. Yeah, I mean, this guy has the weapon and the guard. That's what's going on. Yeah. When does early access servers for normal players to create new characters straight away on normal release? I mean, probably, yeah. Probably. Botting is always worse in the West. It's never going to be worse than Taiwan. That's for sure. It's probably going to be like an in-between. It depends on like how much they invest into punishing for botting and RMTing. It really depends on that. And also it depends on if they change some of the systems in game to not favor bots. Like basically they need to change a few things in game if they really want to work against the botting stuff. Like the entire gathering system has to go, for example. You know what I mean? Because that is purely a bot thing. Can you show PvP gear, please? Sure. Like my PvP gear or PvP gear like overall? Can for your main gear enhancements? Yes. You can, but obviously it's not like as convenient or as useful. Especially once you're past a certain point. Obviously early on it's more useful because like you're gonna be like on your way to enhancing your gear early on, but as time goes, especially with the inheritance and upcrafting stuff, like yeah, your PvP gear, right on. There you go. If you need to stop on something, you can go on my YouTube stream and you can like rewind and stop the stream. But yeah, I haven't really taken care of my PvP gear in a few months, so it's been very stagnant. How much am I missing? 100k. Oh, we're almost there, chat. And then it's gonna be time to pivot to farming shit on the old. Expect to look at those stats on gear, is that sub only possible? I'm sub only. Like, everything I have, I got by just having the sub. And like, my PvE gear is better, to be honest. Like, again, I haven't really taken care of my PvP gear in a while. Is Hawk much squishier than SM? SM looks much tankier. SM is tankier because SM has like stuff like... I mean, I don't know if you played AION1, right? But in AION1, you had Spirit Substitution, right? And SM has something like that in this game, and it's available very often. But because of that, SM is quite tanky. And also, one of the main buffs of SM gives it torrents, as well as a bit of regen. So yeah, SM is sturdier than Sork, yeah. Fears are completely random now. So the actual fears you don't use as an SM, because you can actually use remove shock to remove the fears. But you have something akin to the AION1 fear, which is taunting when you're Earth Spirit, which forces people to auto-attack the Earth Spirit, right? Although it doesn't have a perfect landing rate, yeah. How much Kina does it craft best PvP weapon with a 100% rate? Well, the best PvP weapon doesn't cost Kina. It costs AP and metals. If you mean what I have, which is the best PvE weapon, it's about 350 mil to get the Horned Dragon, and then assuming you just get the materials from running Clerics, like the upgrade is basically free. Like it's maybe 20 mil. Block is the stat, LF for PvP. For Cleric it's okay because building Cleric offensively in PvP doesn't really work well, so you might as well build defensively for group PvP. But every other class, every single one, is better off building offensively. With like accuracy, attack, crits, damage boost. On Cleric, would grinding the AP armor set come first or damage mitigation, or would you do accessories like DPS? I mean, the thing is, right, is broadly speaking for PvP, PvP progression is very secondary. It doesn't matter for the most part. Because you have game modes, like the actual PvP game modes that you want to do every week are equalized, so gear doesn't matter, right? And then stuff like sieges and world bosses do not require PvP gear, because PvE gear is what matters the most for these, because your DPS contribution on the bosses is what is going to give you medals, right? So then, the only thing where PvP gear comes into relevance is open world PvP, like what I'm doing right now, right? And on that front, it's going to depend. Do you want to be able to just roam around and kill a couple of people to get your weekly AP cap? In which case, go for the accessories first, for offense. Or are you exclusively going to be doing group PvP? In which case, go for the armor first, right? But in general, PvP gear is not needed to begin with. It's more of a fun thing you do on the side. It's a side upgrade that you do as another like path of progression for your character, if you really care about it. Once you get perfect boast, transfer those. Yes, iPony. Basically, you have to do your... You have to grind soul binds once and then never again, because you can just permanently like transfer them over and over and over. Okay, oh, my bad, dude. I'll be on my way now. See ya. He's coming back, huh? Yeah, he is. This guy is really hungry for one kill. Between the 3 range DPS classes, who in your opinion has the most damage in PvE? It's pretty even right now, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, the thing is, Zask, balance in this game is a fickle thing. They change the balance every other week, right? So from one week to another, the answer is gonna be different. But broadly speaking, right now it's pretty even. I would say it's probably Sork though. Like right now, I would say Sork is probably at the top of all the range classes. But it's probably like within 5%. Is AP capped in total or just quests and such? Can you infinitely grind AP from PK and mobs? So specifically getting AP from killing monsters and other players is capped. It's this thing here. You basically have a cap that expands every week, right? So every week you get an additional allowance, right? And that cap is the same for every player. The AP that isn't capped is specifically AP from stuff like quests. Oh. Right. Like stuff like quests, stuff like corridors, like these are the ones that are not capped. Okay, well there's no point in me doing this, honestly. Oh. Well, okay. the ranger just... Okay, that's pretty funny actually. Did you guys see what happened? That's really funny. I jumped off. The ranger used the gap closer on me, which dunked him over the edge, and the template pulled me back on the edge. That's pretty funny. Damn, you played yourself, dude. That's fucked. Can't wait to ambush people with my sin on release. Yeah. Assassin is good for ganking like that, yeah. You know what, the new cash up tokens that you can spend on skins mounts, there's one token that looks like a ticket. This is a compensation because basically the cash up mounts used to not apply to every character. So basically what happened is they made them actually apply to every character, and if you happened to have bought the same mount on multiple characters, they gave you a voucher as compensation to be able to get a mount for free on the cash shop. So that's why there's that voucher thing. And thanks for the follow, Zask. That template was a paid actor? Yeah. I mean, the ranger fucking using a gap fucking closer, dude. Like, why? Whatever, man. According to the site above, Sin is the best. Yeah, but here's the thing for Zeno. The problem with the current DPS data, with the current PvE, is that the current PvE that we have is like power crept as shit. Which means that the fights die in 30 seconds. When you have an actual, like, proper comp, right? Which means that the data is going to favor high burst classes, and Assassin is by far the highest burst class in the game, which is why Assassin is overrepresented. But if you have a fight that is like over 3 or 4 minutes long, it evens out. Like, that's the thing, right? Now, obviously, like broad PvE situations, including burst situations like short fights, Assassin is the best for that, right? But if you're looking at something like Sanctuary, for example, it's a lot more even. At the beginning, you invest into your first easy PvP set to generate more IP through kills. Nah. Early on, I'm not going to invest into PvP at all, because like even with PvE gear, like you're going to be able to kill people for your weeklies, and that's the only thing you need, because the AP you're going to be able to catch up on at any point, right? Now, what's important in terms of your PvP progression is going to be maximizing rewards on sieges and world bosses, which that involves having a good PvE set and a good pre-made, right? As well as doing all of your weeklies for medals, right? Fucking ranger again. Like, all of that, broadly speaking, it doesn't matter if you have PvP gear. It just doesn't. So yeah, just invest into PvE gear, just do the medal stuff early on, and that's it. And catch up on AP later on. And like all of your early AP investment should go into stigmas. What stops you from buying better PvP gear, AP or medals, or both? It's a mix of both. Like early on, you're going to be very gated by the APs though. Like the main one you're going to be able to buy is going to be Decanus, right? Which Decanus is not a good set, honestly. Is it better than the early PvE gear? Yeah, but it's not a good set. Okay, well, just down warp me, I guess. Yes, finally some use for the Decanus emote. Yeah, getting AP and medals right now is easy, but on global release, it's gonna be a lot more limited. Like, the original cap was like 200k AP per week, which is nothing, right? And the medals is even worse, so... Which crafting profession would recommend leveling up first, and why? I mean, at the end of the day, you can level up all of them at the same time, and it's going to cost you nothing, right? But the one I'm going to level up first is going to be handicrafting, because I'm going to go for the accessories, like, off rip. What's this guy again? Dude, come on. But yeah, like you're also going to want to level up alchemy and cooking pretty fast too, to make your own consumables. But it's not that urgent. Like early on, the content is so easy and PvP is so useless that you can just fly past everything just with like shit buff from the NPC and like really baseline gear. Like something that people forgot is that even the first raid, aka Ludra, even that could be done with blue gear. And that was when we didn't have classes as power crept as we have now. Like, straight up, I'm gonna be honest, if they don't adjust the Season 1 content, like, even the raid, we're gonna be able to do, like, half naked in Season 1. Like, Season 1 is going to be purely a setup. Like, you don't want to invest into, like, the wrong stuff early on. You don't give a shit about PvP in Season 1 either, right? It's just a setup season. It's a cosmetic season. Like, Season 2 is the season where shit is actually going to, like, start. Even the gear you get from Ludra isn't that great. Like, if you get an early orange weapon or guard, great, excellent. That's going to give you a bit of a boost at the beginning, right? But the bracelet is mostly useless beyond getting the Abyss or bracelet. Because corroded is where the biggest difference is going to actually be at. And the ancient spirit gear you're never going to use. Like, if there's one piece of advice I can give you, chat, and I mean, I'm going to be talking about it, right? If you get any piece of ancient spirit gear early on global, don't use it. Put it aside to break down. That's impact type. Put it aside to break down into transfer material. Do not use it. They're going to shadow buff every content on global? I don't know. I think they assume that Westerners are really fucking stupid. And they want them to have easy content at the beginning. So I don't think they're going to change anything. What? If they do what Lost Ark did, they don't give us your Season 2 through on release maybe? We already know it's going to be Season 1. Like, that was answered during a Japanese interview. So we're gonna get Season 1. The question is, how long is Season 1 going to be? Like, I do think there's gonna be some changes, right? I do think Ludra is not going to be available from day one. And I do also think that maybe they're going to remove Horn Dragon gear from Season 1. If they are intelligent, that's what they should do, right? Oh, I'm capped. Alright. Yippee! Okay, if I'm capped, I should also be officer right now, right? So I'm gonna buy my gold medals too. Did I crash? Bruh. Incredible. What gear? The Ancient Spirit gear. It's the Ancient Spirit gear was the orange equipment in Season 1. You know, the equivalent to Faded and stuff like that. But yeah, like if you get any ancient spirit gear in season 1, you don't use it. You put it in your warehouse and you wait to break it down. Would you craft Ebony accessories or go for tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3? I'm going to make Splendent Star Dragon. So the tier 1. The Splendent tier 1 is going to be enough up until chapter 1. You don't need to get anything more. So yeah, like basically I'm gonna go for it really early on because everyone is going to be stuck in Dropnir and Crowd Cave, right? Which means that the Wrathful Mines are gonna be pretty easy and cheap to get. Bro, are you fucking kidding me right now? I guess that's a full game reboot angle. Yeah, dude, the game just straight up crashed. Oh man. Insane. Which level crafted weapon you're gonna do for global? I'm gonna make the tier 1 the tier 1 accessories and the tier 3 weapon, so Ebony. And then I'll keep that until Horn Dragon. Who won't be getting any sleep at release? I mean, you already know. You already know. Okay. Surely this node is going to work better. Surely. But yeah. Obviously, the early progression is going to vary, like based on the information they're going to give us, because some stuff like is still going to change. Because like my week 1 is very much dictated by the fact that corridor ults are actually a thing, right? But I have a hunch it's one of those things that is actually going to be going away with the release of global, right? So maybe that's going to be different. And then with crafted, it's also going to depend on like, are they going to introduce upcrafting early on? Are we going to get the guaranteed crafts early on? We probably will, but to what extent? Like, how early are they going to release Horn Dragon? Like, you know what I mean? Why tier 3 weapon? Are they too expensive at the beginning? Nah, not really. Making a bounty is not that expensive. As long as you... The thing is, as long as you don't waste time at the beginning and you don't waste resources, and we have the guaranteed crafts, it's not going to be too bad. Because like basically what I'm going to be doing, right? I'll just go through the usual pipeline, which is crafted accessories, chromide weapon until I get Ebony, and then Ebony into Horn Dragon. But like the thing is, whatever weapon you craft, you're gonna be keeping until Horn Dragon. You know what I mean? And assuming that we will have the upcrafting line for Horn Dragon, you kind of want to have the highest tier, right? To begin with, to then upcrafting into Crimson and then into Horn Dragon, right? Alright. Surely this node is gonna be fine. Alright, there we go. Like, thing is, the Star Dragon is fine and all, but the thing is, we're probably gonna have the potential system off-rip. And if we do have the potential system off-rip, you can just potential up a chromide weapon, and it's gonna be basically just as good as a Star Dragon weapon. Is there an upcraft Ebony to Horn? There's a path. Yeah, there's a path. You can upcraft Ebony into Demonic, and then Demonic into Crimson, and then Crimson into Horn. But that's right now. We don't know if they're going to release the path early on global. We don't know that. Actually, worth to have the extendable weapon as a melee instead of crafted one. It's not so much about it being worth. It's about that it's going to be the highest eye level, right? So highest base damage. Now, you're going to lose one soul bind line, but early on it's not as big of a problem, I guess. Because you don't actually need to hunt for like accuracy and crit and stuff like that. You can just run like might precision. I mean, you don't even need precision because you don't need the crit. So you're just like... might, combat speed, weapon damage boost, and then if we do have filler stones, which we probably won't, then you put damage boost, but it's not going to be that relevant early on, because again, we're going to be power creeping content as fuck early on. I'm going to make a video on macros. I mean, if I make, which I probably will, guides, like introduction guides for every class, I will have macros for these classes in that video. Do you understand Korean? No. And also this is Chinese, not Korean. It's just that my client language reset because of the crash. Alright. And I mean, the extendability is going to be nice early on, I guess. Oh man. Alright. So that's it for the Abyss this week, I believe, right? I mean, let me just double check everything. Come on, these ones are just going to finish themselves. That's fine. Fuck that. I mean, NCSoft has to know that nobody gives a shit about Arena because they deadass put the worst rewards like known to man into the seasonals for arenas. Like, they don't want anyone to be doing that shit. Pretty funny. Yeah, this is just like kill more commanders and stuff, but I'm just going to complete that during siege anyways. Yeah, okay, so I'm done with that. So I guess we're done for now. Just going to do some dungeons on the alt now. Are you gonna run Preferred Transcendence or Expedition on your main after getting a decent weapon? I'm not going to run anything on my main to begin with, and I'm going to farm on ults until I can get like some crafted accessories and stuff. Until I can get into Chromede, and then I'm going to get a Chromede weapon. And as soon as I get a Chromede weapon, I'm gonna go straight to the last stage of Transcendence. Like, I'm just going to raw dog without cards up until then, because it won't be needed, right? Right. Is gathering mats exclusive to level 45 plus? Yeah, it is. But honestly, I hope they change the whole fucking gathering system before Global comes out, because it's fucking shit from an ass. Like, it favors bots too much. Like, they need to change that system. Okay, so I want to do this on tier 1. I don't know if I have the idol to do that though. And I can try to make a group, I guess. I want to make bows. I mean, the thing is, broadly speaking, crafting in this game, like, it's not like AION2 where you have to make all of the lower tier weapons to upgrade into the high tier and so on and so forth, right? Like, just to provide you with an example, like, if you want to make an Ebony Greatsword, you're gonna go the guaranteed craft path, right? Because you will never want to raw dog a weapon craft, never in your life, right? So you're gonna be using cores, and the cores, you can substitute the artisan weapons with fire temple weapons, right? So, which means you don't actually need to craft the previous tier of weapons, and then the rest is just materials you get from dungeons and doing sugar games. Like, all of this is from dungeons and sugar games. That's it, right? So you don't need to gather anything to craft. And if you're missing anything, you can just buy on the auction house. How to get heroic transfer stones if I don't have a heroic gear to break? You don't. I mean, there's a couple of achievements and stuff like that gives you them, but broadly speaking, you do need heroic gear to break down. So typically speaking, if you're running Sanctuary and you get like orange gear, like low grade orange gear from Sanctuary, you use that to break down. You're going to save your main Odell energy till Fire Temple? Yeah. What's your plan in this? I'm going to make 7 ults. I'm only level 35 and I've done dungeons. I don't know what sugar games are. Sugar games are, I mean, Shu. I have a guide on my YouTube. It's not completely up to date, but if you're completely new, it's actually going to be fairly helpful to you. That introduces all of the game's systems, what they do, and what you get from them. So I would recommend you have a look at that, right? But Sugar Games is basically events that happen at the top of every hour. And then they're just like mini games that you do, and you get a bit of AP and like some crafting materials from doing them. And it's actually where you get the bulk of your gold crafting materials. Right. Okay. 500k, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I kind of want to be at least 400k to like fool people into thinking this character is good, but how the fuck do I get 7k without amplifying shit? That is the question, because I need the cards. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm making a group, like 450k. If it fails, it fails. There you go. I'll give it an honest 5 minutes to see if it fails. And if it doesn't, I guess I'll just do like lower tier shit. Like, basically, these two cards are the last thing I'm gonna be doing on this character. I just want to get it to like, you know, get the set effects. How hard are the mechs? Non-existent. Are you also going to global? Are you going to stick to this one? Yes. The EU release is what I actually care about. What brings you to your main during Transcendence with ults? I just want to get the cards from it to finish this set. Because, like, basically, I want to use this this old character to farm in the Abyss. To farm potential stones as well as AP, right? And I don't want to invest anything into this character, but I do want to maximize the power that I can get without investing anything. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Complete both map plus Abyss Feathers. Give me like I'm probably not going to be doing the Abyss Feathers on day one, because the problem with doing that is that the Abyss is going to be packed with people. Now, I'll take a peek early on to see, like, maybe if you're ahead enough of the curve, maybe the Abyss is going to be empty, in which case that's going to be worth it. But otherwise, I'm going to wait, because it's not... it gives you eye level, but it doesn't actually give you power. And the thing is, you don't even need, like, eye level or power in Season 1. Like, everything is going to be very fucking easy off the gate. Which gold PvP gear should you aim for after global release? Non-metal, silver, or gold? I mean, broadly speaking, I would not invest into PvP gear at all when the game first released, right? Like, PvE progression is going to be the most important thing you will need to invest into, even on PvP. Because of metal progression being so reliant on your performance in Siege and World Boss DPS, right? But after that, it doesn't matter, because PvP gear upcrafting is a thing now, and it even accounts for metal gambling. So you can just get Decanus and then upgrade over time, and there's going to be no loss. And it's in fact even better, because if you don't transfer, at least you're not using transfer material. So I guess you're going to start with Decanus, upgrade into Centurion, upgrade into Tribunus, and then upgrade into High Commander through the upcrafting. To get the 2.2k threshold for Fire Temple. I mean, yeah, I get that, right? Although, because it's only going to be lower Abyss, it's going to be like, what? 15 eye level that you're going to get? It's not that significant, right? It's going to be 15 eye level and no power. Two servers will be open, one for West and one for Eastern Europe, only Germany. It's probably just only going to be Germany. No. Do people already do a live for Siege, or is it okay to go solo and do a decent rank? So the thing with the way your rank works on the Sieges, it's basically based off of your group's overall performance on a class-by-class basis. So the rewards are based... like, the rankings are based on class, but your performance is based on your group's performance. So you will be able to get, like, okay stuff by yourself, but if you want to really aim for, like, platinums and stuff like that, you do want to be in a group. Second hour, given all the content we hear from you on the daily basis. I mean, I'm going to break it down into, like, different content types. You know what I mean? Like, right now, I have one all-encompassing, like, surface-level guide, which I'm probably just going to, like, remake and complete with the up-to-date information. And then I'm going to make, like, specific guides for specific things, right? Just a group. Alliance doesn't matter. Yeah, just a group. I'll give it a minute or two extra. Okay, we have a Channer. how bad is it? Yeah, okay, it's pretty bad. Whatever, man. Just going to send it, you know? I'll just open to all, and then we see how bad it is, alright? It's probably gonna be shit. I don't care. I just need to get past this dungeon like twice to get my cards. Oh, man. Oh, he's back. And he left. Bro, you're 350k. You should be fucking glad I'm not kicking your ass. Like, why the fuck is he leaving? Question is whether we'll get the mechanics exactly like that or if there will be changes. In terms of the systems, that's precisely why I'm not making those guides right now, because I'm waiting until the last moment to have as much confirmation as possible when it comes to the content evolution, as well as exactly how global is going to release, right? And thanks for the photo feeder. We'll also make a video for no life week 1 progression. I'm just going to make a like early progression guide, broadly speaking, just like what ideally you want to go for if you want to be as efficient as possible. And thanks for the follow, Sango. Like, the amount of time you invest into the game is not going to matter. It's just going to be like, this is the path. Take it or leave it. World boss works the same as Siege. The PvP world bosses, yes. It's the same thing. The PvE world bosses, you just need to hit the boss. Out of enhancement stones. And this is why you do essential trial on every character. How bad is it? Yeah, I mean, these guys are 450, you know? Gotta be a mess because no tank, but hey. If we can get a healer, fuck it, we bowl. It's probably gonna be fine, right? Yeah, definitely. Alright, also I need to get some power shards on this character. Surely there's a healer around this place, right? Man, look at these channers in other groups that could just be joining this one. You go immediately. That's crazy. We spend all AP for Sigmas on the first week and ignoring PvP gear? Pretty much, yeah, because like PvE progression is going to be important, and Stigmas are part of that PvE progression. Like it will give you more DPS and stuff like that, especially on certain classes, right? Like, the only thing you're going to want to give a shit about on the PvP progression early on is going to be just farming medals. So you're going to want to do your weeklies, your sieges, your world bosses. Like, this is going to be the important stuff. And all of that, the medal reward you get is going to directly translate to your PvE potential. Unless they change something, right? There's always the possibility that they're going to be like, oh, whoops, here's the siege patch, now only PvP counts, haha, teehee, you know? They could do that, but at least as far as like how the game is right now, yeah, that's how it is. Alright, this is probably going to be like a fucking train wreck. We don't have a proper healer, we don't have a proper tank. I don't even know what the combat power, like what combat power you really need for this fight at level 1, but we're about to find out. I mean, it's going down reasonably well, you know? Ooh, okay, these hurt. I didn't think these would hurt that much. Alright. You guys should probably not be standing over there. Just, you know, just saying. Yeah. Okay, there's no fear thing on this level. I guess it's only level 4. But like, and also if I can give you like an honest to God advice, even if you care about PvP and PvP rankings and stuff like that, completely ignore it in Season 1. Do not waste your time with this. Season 1 is a setup season. And you don't want to miss the train on the setup. Because otherwise, like, if you miss the train, it's going to make your Season 2, like, a lot more painful. And Season 2 is, like, the one that actually matters in terms of all of your progression and everything. Like, Season 1 is where you're going to want to set up all of your ults. It's where you're going to want to, like, set up all of your crafts and everything. Like, all of that, you know, all of the chores, basically, you do in Season 1. So this way, your Season 2 is going to be being chilling. What do you mean? What happens in Season 2? Season 2 is where you're actually going to start having the relevant gear pop up, like the faded equipment, the Horn Dragon equipment, the best in start bracelet, right? Like, it's a season that is going to start to be important. So you want to use Season 1 to like set up properly, like get all of your ults figured out. Like also you're gonna get Central Rashanta in Season 2, which is gonna be one where like having ults for corridors is really going to pay off, right? And you really will want your ults to be ready when that happens, right? For PvP focused players, but someone told me to buy first PvP gear to farm AP, easy and abyss. Nah. PvP equipment and PvP progression in general is just something you do on the side for fun, if you really care about it. But broadly speaking, it matters to nothing in this game. PvP gear and PvP rankings amount to nothing in this game. It's just like for fun. Let me set up translation on this. I don't know why. The channel left. The auto transit is on. I don't know why you didn't transit this guy. But I guess we just keep going and hopefully we get a healer replacement. In one of those current Taiwan beta patch. I mean, pretty much, yeah. How long is Season 1? In Korean Taiwan, it was 2 months long, but we don't know how long the seasons are going to be on global. Maybe it's going to be sped up, maybe not. We don't know. We also don't know if they're going to follow the exact same release schedule, because like in Korean Taiwan, Season 1 had all of the content available from the get-go. But then from Season 2 onwards, they started like spreading out the release of the content, aka like Week 1 has 1 dungeon, Week 2 has nothing, Week 3 has the 2nd dungeon, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, and then Sanctuary is at the end, right? So if they do that, then yeah. Season 1 is prep for Season 2, pretty much, yeah. It's set up. Fucking 350k Chandra, they just died to every mechanic. These types of people are always the most demanding, you know? That's funny. I mean, it's already open, actually. In short, PvE prio, yep. And that's honestly the story of this game in general. PvE is the priority for everything, even if you care about PvP. Because PvP in itself gives you no progression. Like, the only reason why you would give a shit about being geared in PvP in any given time is because you want to push rankings. And the rankings are mostly just cosmetic, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna be able to buy a few more medals, but in the long run, the only ones that would matter would be the platinums, and you would need to be general and above for that, and that's a lot of time investment. And your time is gonna be better invested in something else, especially early on. Cubis looks fun to me farming and PvPing. Yeah, it is. But you know, I'm just talking in terms of progression. Bruh. Yeah, these have the same snapshot as the original, I guess. Have enough time to play a lot of ults. Should I do 7 ults or focus on main, 1-2 ults? Hate a lot of people. Ulting is usage, just for fun. Ulting is useful, and early on you will want to invest into your ults for the long run, right? Because basically in the long run, you will want your ults to be eye level 3000 and to be able to enter the central abyss to run as many quarters as possible, right? That's the long term, right? The short term, what you're gonna want is... Okay, he grabbed it, I guess. The short term, you will want to invest into your ults because it's very likely that the early dungeon progression will allow you to farm Kina in the early dungeons. So early, like either way, within season 1, you will want to set up ults. Like if we are being dead ass. Some people gatekeep information. Some people are just completely like unaware of anything. That's the thing, right? Yo, stack with me, guys? Hello? Any stackers? Well. At least we have a carrot now. Ults can get too fucked, they ruin Lost Ark. The thing is, ults are not on the same level as Lost Ark, right? Like, the reason why I'm saying that you should invest into ults early on is so you don't have to, like, go back and invest into ults when you're gonna be busy doing other stuff. The fact of the matter is, Season 1 is boringish. Season 1 is boring, it's easy, and there's gonna be nothing else to do. So you might as well set up, you know what I mean? You might as well use that time to set up. Because Season 2 is where shit is actually going to start. Right. I need to pay more attention to this, man. Question is how many ults? I'm gonna be running 7. Personally. Because I want to like try hard, right? But for you, like, it's gonna be up to you. Hello, Majestic. Yeah, the snapshot on these is fucked, just like the original one. Okay. Did we open the Kibblisk here? Okay, we did. Let's not waste stones. Why do I want ult for Abyss Corridors? Just extra AP, or does that benefit ult if I don't PvP on it? Ah, drink mud. Time to go through the explanation again. So, basically... There's a system in this game called the closet system, right? Basically, every time you break down equipment, you have a chance to get the skin, and that skin goes into your closet, and then you can use that skin forever, right? As much as you want. But there's another system that is tied to the closet, which is the collection system. And what the collection system does is that every time you get a skin of a specific slot of equipment, the base stat for that slot of equipment increases. So if you get a chest piece, you get more defense from the chest piece, right? And when you break down a regular piece of equipment, you only have a 10% chance to get the skin, right? Whereas when you break down a piece of PvP equipment, you have a 100% chance to get the piece of equipment as a skin, right? And also you get some of the AP as a refund, which means that when you break down a piece of Abyss equipment, you're actually getting like 2 skins at the same time, right? Broadly speaking. And thanks for the follow, Majestic. So basically, the reason why you want ults to run corridors for AP is because AP is a finite resource that you don't want to waste on your main. So this way, you just make ults, you run corridors, which is really like low time and effort, to get a bunch of AP, and then you use that AP to buy Abyss equipment, to break down, to get the skins, that goes into your like account closet, and then you change to your main, and then you combine those skins to get more skins on your main. And that is the most efficient way to get gold and orange skins in the game. And that is the one thing ults are good for. How many hours a day, week do you make use of each ult? Right now, I mean, I have 5 ults, and I'm playing them... I mean, outside of like this character that I just leveled, right? So like, obviously I'm playing for setup right now. But with everything set up, it's like an hour per week. To do Essential Trial as well as Corridors. I make it to a stream, been watching your YouTube videos to learn more on this game. Welcome! If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Think of that, thanks for explaining it again. No worries. I mean, I just need to make a video about it. It's just that I don't want to make a video about it too early, because it's one of those things where it's such like an obtuse thing that there's a chance they will just remove that from the game before the game comes to global, right? So yeah. Skip gym and sleep in season 1. I mean, honestly, like, everything I'm saying might sound overwhelming, but it's not very time consuming, because at the end of the day, a lot of it is like weekly gated and stuff. So it's mostly just going to be the initial like leveling of the ults that is going to take some time. It's going to be like 1 day per character type shit, you know? Last time was 10 hours per week now. AION2 is not the type of game where you play your ult more than your main. It's not. You can, right? If you really want to push an ult to be basically like a second main, like you can do that. But if you just want to make ult that benefits your main, like you're not going to be doing much of that, no. Damn, does he do like any fucking mechanic on tier 1? He hasn't done anything yet. I'm assuming it's probably going to be closer to the original Ferocious in difficulty, right? I'm stuck at 1450 CP right now. Can't even the growth pass. The growth pass you will need to have an active subscription to get. So that's gonna be your first step. Get the sub. Okay, so you still get punished even on level 1. Okay, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, only 2. Make so many videos on Taiwan, there's so many menacing. I mean, I've been making a lot of videos, right? The thing is, on Taiwan, I'm mostly focusing on the content videos, so like dungeons and stuff. Because these are videos that once I make them, I will not have to remake them, right? So all of my dungeon and raid guides are going to be ready and usable for when global release, right? And then global is when I'm going to focus on the system guides. System guides, opinion pieces, and so on and so forth. That's basically like my plan. In season 1 you would spend AP on Sigmas on the main? Yes. You kind of only want to spend AP on Sigmas to begin with. Like, investing into PvP gear is just going to be a waste. If you want to be efficient, like, yeah, it's just a waste. Shatter looks very cool. Shatter is a good class, yeah. At the end of the day, there's no bad class, so just pick whatever archetype you prefer. Like, whatever looks the coolest to you. Whatever archetype you think is the coolest. Week 2 you can have all 7 ults over 45, yes. As I said, it's going to take like about a day per character. And then after that, it's just going to be like slow setup. So like after that, you're just going to like stick all of your character to the Dropnir and Crow Cave Gulag to try and get Rattle Mines and a bit of money to make Star Dragon accessories on the main. And you're also going to get equipment from that is going to like push your ults high enough to be doing quarters on lower Rashanta, right? And that's going to be the extent of your ults, really, to begin with. Yeah, we are a bit tight on the enrage, honestly. Well, I guess, well, we'll see. I mean, to be fair, this boss, like, even when he enrages, as long as you dodge, you kind of... Am I dead? Yeah. Like, as long as you dodge shit, like, you can beat it with the enrage, so I guess we'll see. I mean, I guess I'll use battle scrolls and shit if we have to. I just want to kill this boss like once or twice, dude. Just get the cards and get out of here. To play this vehicle? Yes. I make sure to have everything available. That being said, I'm probably going to be privating some videos when global release. Like, stuff that is not relevant anymore. Okay, someone needs to intercept that. Okay, there you go. Like, outdated guides, specifically outdated content guides, I'm probably going to private and just remake them for global. Yeah. 2 characters and only play those 2, I'm good. It's up to you, right? Again, it's all about, do you want to be efficient or do you just want to like have fun with the game, right? Is he not going to do the old phase? If he's not, I guess it's fine. This one is to get rid of the casuals who got attention span of 2 weeks and 2 months anyways. Yeah. Anyone that quits in season 1 is quitting before the good stuff. But it is what it is. That's usually how it is, right? real quick how Cleric is doing in PvP. It's great for group PvP. I guess no one is saying me, huh? It's great for group PvP. It's the worst class for solo PvP. That hasn't changed. But it's really, really good for group PvP though. Alright, everyone spread. Lock in. Alright, there we go. The worst, yes. Cleric is the only class that doesn't have any CC. And in a meta that is very CC centric. Bro, I got 2 fucking keys. Oh my god, why? I mean, I guess I got the most important set. So that counts for something. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I got Punishing Overture. That's the important one. Yeah, this one's good actually. This one's very usable. Key. Yeah. I mean, sure. I can try to look for a Cleric. I got 2 hourglasses, yeah. Too many questions? I mean, that's fine. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I know I keep saying this, but bro, the main point of live streaming is to have a live audience to interact with. I'm literally doing this to answer your questions live. So like, if you have any questions, if you have any questions, or you just want to fucking chat with me about the fucking time, like that's literally why I'm doing this. So like, what do you mean 5.6? Okay, yeah. Carry us, yes, carry us. I'm Kochi, the ranger in your group. Oh, there you go. I understand why he's doing 7. Just to do as many corridors as possible to maximize my closet as soon as possible. It's really that simple. Also, I'm gonna be playing the game a lot, like an unhealthy amount on global, right? And trust me, I'm gonna be running those crowd caves on every character. All right. So yeah, we have someone carrying us, so yippee! I guess this guy wants the sprout rewards. Fair enough. I assume we can't chat with you on global. What do you mean? I'm gonna be streaming on global. Like nothing is gonna change. Are clerics hard to find? Not really. It's a. Yeah, okay. He's getting pulled too far. Not really. It's a popular archetype. Like the baseline healer archetype is always a popular one. Just like gladiator and ranger, like these are always going to be popular classes to play. Aren't you concerned about diminishing returns? Like with 4 characters, you're probably going to 84 runs a week, or do you mind diminishing? The thing is, Vijar, is that I'm also going to care about getting Wrathful Mines to craft the Belic accessories early on, right? I'm going to be buying some, but if I can get my hands on as many as possible, that's going to be good, right? Because I'm going to make all of the accessories within the first like week or 2. And I'm also assuming we're gonna get the bound material stuff on global off-rip, right? So if I'm able to like do Vacron and stuff like that on my ults, I'm also gonna be able to get more materials to craft the Bonnie weapon eventually. So yeah. Wonder how difficult is it as an assassin to keep up DPS with all the anti-melee phases? I wouldn't say I wouldn't say fights are particularly anti-melee in this game. Like some fights are like a bit less nice to melees, but rangers and melees, broadly speaking, kind of equally struggle as much on most fights. And melees also have melee have manual blocking skills to just invuln past all of the ground telegraphs and stuff like that. So it's not too bad, honestly. You also have like infinite gap closes. So do you try to play Templar Enchanter? Yeah, I have ults of both. Obviously, it's just like on an ult level, right? So I haven't played them to like a very endgame level, but yeah, I have. And thanks for the Iron skin. AION2? I'm EU. I'm French. Crafting, what's the priorities? Accessories first, the weapon and guard. Accessories. You get your accessories, Star Dragon, really low investment. Like, barely any fucking material to craft. Very easy to craft, high success rate. And then you get your Ebony weapon, and then you just like use a dungeon guard. Until you get like a sanctuary one or something. Because you're only going to be able to make one guaranteed craft for the first season, right? So, Ebony weapon and dungeon guard for the second one. Ideally sanctuary. Meaties have a hard time on bosses and MMOs, yeah. I mean, this game is like, it's a bit more even across meaties and range. Obviously, range is probably a bit more chill overall, but you're not really like losing your fucking mind as a melee or anything. What classes are you going to be running on ults? Probably support, so just to get into early dungeons easier. I'm probably gonna have at least one ranger to like long-term farm in the abyss with, but it's mostly gonna be support here, like chanters and clerics and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna main Templar and then I'm gonna have like cleric and chanter ults basically. Is your guild recruiting? I want to find a guild to play with. I'm not going to be making a community legion though, because I don't want to deal with the petty drama and stuff like that. I'm not interested in running a daycare, so I'm just going to be doing my own thing. And like, if people of my community want to interact with me, like they can do so on my Discord. Watching you all on YouTube, I see on Mech you're doing very well. What ping are you playing? I'm playing with 200 ping. You're going to main Templar? Yes, probably. What do you think affects combat power the most? Is it on a priority list? It's just a bit of everything, honestly. But it's the overall answer is going to be PvE offensive stats. That is like the broad answer. So anything that affects your attack, your smite, your perfect, like all of those basically are your priority. How important are those large-scale PvP fights that might also be rough as a melee? The fights in themselves are not very important. It's more like the damage you deal on the bosses to get the medals. And for those, obviously melee is a bit less good for those, because like you're gonna run into situations where there's PvP fights happening on top of the bosses, but for the most part you'll be fine. Especially since the rankings are class-based, right? And if you're struggling, the other people of your class are also struggling. Ranger will have the most fun. Yeah, I mean range classes in general, like if you want to zerg people, like new people in DBZ, obviously range is better, right? New question because I haven't fully understood. Oh god. Because I haven't fully understood the game's macro system. How spammy is the game? APM is normal. This game is very low APM. Because you just basically set up a macro for all of the spam skills, and then you have a couple of contextual buttons. So, for the most part, most classes like hold down one button. Yeah, just don't help the guy, because we don't have a healer for this. For the most part, most classes hold down a button for their bread and butter, and then you have like 3-4 extra contextual buttons that you press every now and again. Like for Ranger, for example, like most of the rotation is on the macro, and then I have like Mark Shot and Dead Shot, as well as like buffs as contextual. Like Nature's Breath of Nature's Blessing if I need a defensive. Offensive stats going to Eric to get more offensive. Yeah. I see you said you have a Templar 2. Do you have an issue with Argos from last update? I'm not doing Argos on my Templar. Like my Templar is purely like a shitty ult. I'm just running like baseline content with. Yeah, you guys need to not do this. We don't have a healer. We don't have a healer, so like just let whoever is getting targeted by this die, you know? Is SM tankier than Ranger? Evasion Ranger is going to tank better because, you know, not everyone is built for accuracy, but in terms of like the kit, I would say it's a bit even, yeah. Ranger is maybe a bit more frail overall. Aggro, you have no problem holding aggro as a Templar, none. Like, basically the bulk of your aggro is behind your spam skill, which is Judgment. So, as long as you do your DPS rotation, you're going to be holding aggro with no problem. SM has damage with the pet? Yes. SM has a spirit substitution. Like, the main two things that are making SM bulky is the green defensive that gives them torrents as well as some regen, and proxy, which splits damage with the pet and gives them some torrents. MD and Ion as well. I mean aggro and MD, you know, tomato, right? Either way, I get what you say. Now the thing is, obviously, Judgment is your bread and butter in terms of your DPS, right? But if you have high ping, obviously the amount of Judgment you can spam is going to be lower. So it's going to be a bit harder for you to keep aggro. You know what I mean? Although, broadly speaking, Templar just generates a fuck ton of aggro with Judgment. So even with that, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, basically, you just taunt and Judgment, and, like, aggro is not a problem. Like, please give me a key, dude. Please. Yeah, this guy's not using any self-sustain, unfortunately. So, he's carrying the DPS, but, you know, only to some extent. Like, he's gonna have to spam... Oh my god, no. You're a bit too far, bro. Yeah. Whatever. Add a new class that would, if they would add a new class, what would you love to see? I mean, there's no, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because the thing is, I would say, I kind of like Spear and Scythe class, but those would probably be DPS classes, right? And the thing is, I know for a fact I'm always going to be stuck on the support archetype on MMOs, right? I'm just always stuck doing it because nobody else wants to do it. So, as much as that would be cool, I would probably not be playing them anyways. So, yeah. I'm good with Templar, you know? SM's damage, decent Awaken and Ranger. In terms of PvE, like, the DPS classes are pretty even overall. Like, Assassin is a bit above. Soak is pretty good as well. But, broadly speaking, the DPS classes are performing similarly. Like, I would, basically, if you're going to be playing DPS, I would pick the archetype before I pick, like, the best or something. Is tanking hard? No. I wouldn't say anything is particularly hard in this game. In terms of, like, playing the classes. Do you think Bard will eventually come to AION2? I mean, they said no classes from AION1, so... on the future classes, but then again they added Brawler, which is, you know, very similar to AION1, like AION Classic Brawler, right? So yeah, who knows. I'm probably dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna die of cringe. Oh god, yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, those puddle spreads are no bueno, dude. No one is shielding me. Great, excellent. Love to see that. Wondering, isn't holding down the same button for the chain attack a bit cramp-inducing? Not really. I mean, if you're really worried about that, look. We live in the modern age. You can just set up a macro that is a toggle instead of hold down, you know? So you click the button once. Is no one... Why is no one intercepting, dude? I'm just gonna wait out here. I did enough damage. So you can just like set up a toggle. So you press the button, right? And until you press it again, it just plays the macro over and over. If you're really concerned about cramps. You need to play it for party, not yourself. Positioning the boss, providing shields. Build your template around party and individuals. Yeah, but broadly speaking, I wouldn't say that's particularly difficult. Because like in terms of like the range of your buffs, like they have enough range that for the most part you don't need to worry about it. The only one that I would argue maybe you need to worry about is 1 for all, right? So the group bodyguard. But you don't really run that in PvE. It's more of a PvP thing. In PvE, it's mostly Warding Strike, which, again, has huge range, and is very spammable. You can make a macro for the macro? Hell yeah. That's the spirit. After hitting 45 with all ults and set up everything, what would be the main to-do weekly daily on each one? Just the usual stuff, like Essential Trial, portals, like, if possible, work on Nightmare as well, so like all of your characters eventually have a decent Colossus. I'm assuming we'll get the level 10 stuff, so like off rip, so it's probably going to be pretty easy to work through actually. And then yeah, other than that, like run dungeons as much as you want, and that's about it. Like stuff like daily dungeon and stuff is like on your main only. They all died. There's no way, bro. The boss was like 15% when I died. There's no way. God, man. How is this guy 5.6k and struggling this much? How the fuck are you 5.7k and not just like blasting through the boss, dude? Like this is worse than when we had like the 350k Cleric. That's crazy. For archers, yeah, this group is fucking cursed, dude. Okay, well, the guy left. Good. You know what? Good. That's probably for the best. Thanks for the follow, Val. Alright, let me just do this. Yeah. Let's not do that again. You know, is it staying behind, pressing other players' health bar, or you're still doing damage? Every class has a baseline DPS rotation that is almost identical. That also includes healers. So as a healer, you're also building for offense in PvE, and you're also doing the same PvE rotation. It's just that you're also pressing healing buttons. Defense on them? Yeah. But it's not very difficult to upkeep, right? Here's me if I'm playing Cleric. Templar is open world farm speed. It's honestly not too bad. Like, obviously it's not as fast as like DPS classes, but like Templar used to be a lot worse to farm in the open world, but as of a recent patch, they changed the Doom Shield to reset on kill. So you can just basically just like zoom around as a Templar now. Kinda similar to what Gladiator does. So Templar is actually fairly decent to farm in the open world now. And Cleric is a range. Like Cleric is a range, it has the potential to one-shot mobs, right? So even though it's not like ranger speed, it's still pretty fast. Surely we have a healer join within 10 minutes. Yo, anyone in chat that plays healer that just wants to like fucking jump in to kill this? Please? I will beg. I'll join to unlock you. Alright. Bet. Can Templar charge one-shot reset infinite normal mode on normal mobs? Yes. That's what Templars do to farm now. Alright, now we hope that we have enough DPS for this. That's the other problem. That is the other problem at hand. But at least we're gonna have a tank to hold this, so, you know. Should be a bit smoother. Is it better than rank 1 Nightmare title, or can you do both? The titles do not provide buffs anymore. Like they removed all of the stat benefits from rankings. It's only cosmetic now. So, I guess the short answer is yes, because of that. Yeah, DPS looks fine. Turns out, stable aggro is pretty cool. Who would have thought, right? Crazy concept. Oh, now we pray to get a restoration hourglass, so I never have to do this shit again. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice, chat? Okay, someone else is gonna have to intercept. Well, I'm the one targeted anyways, so there you go. Stack. Yeah, sorry, brother. You're probably gonna have to spend some some rest turns because, you know, the whole like not having a Cleric thing. Later, can solo tank this with minimal score needed. I mean, if the question is that if Gladiator can tank, the answer is yes. Oh boy, that's gonna be problematic. Does Ranger feel as satisfying to play as it looks? I am losing IQ points by the minute. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, chat, and I guess this is an advantage to not have a webcam, I haven't been looking at the game screen for the past 30 minutes. So yeah, Ranger gameplay is, you know. But I mean, the class is fun, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's the dumb kind of fun, you know. It's the one that makes you drool on your keyboard a bit. Enchanter main, probably still more involved than Ranger, to be honest. I think anything is more involved than Ranger. Ranger is just like a good grindy class. It's efficient and it doesn't require you to think too much. Yeah, I do have the debuff, so I can't intercept that. Unfortunate. Please help me. I am under the water. Okay, there we go. You actually don't need more than 2 people for this on the level 1. Yeah, this is perfect for like brainless like grinding. And be warned, the chat, there's gonna be one of those streams where I'm straight up just going to be like grinding in the abyss mindlessly on this character to get some AP. Like, that's gonna happen eventually. Damn, died from the brute puddle. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we are barely making this enrage though, like barely. Ranger quote-unquote gameplay. Gameplay in parentheses derogatory. That's Ranger right there. I thought as well, there you go. Watching someone else farm while you're farming yourself. Isn't there something more MMO coded than this, honestly? This is what human evolution has brought us to, yeah. This is what it's all about. Oh god, that is awful. Alright. Well, we are beating the enrage. Alright, fucking give me an hourglass, please. I'm begging, dude. I'm actively just going to drop to my knees and start like... I'm just going to pick a god and pray, dude. Restoration hourglass, please. Oh, thank god. Alright, well, I'm out of here. Yo, thanks, boys. Very cool. Appreciate the help. Alright, I'm done. This character's fucking done. I can just like do baseline grind now. Lagging like hell, that's okay, dude. You got me past this fucking gulag, and I'm thankful for that, nonetheless. PvE damage, boss damage. I mean, that's pretty good actually for PvE. Yeah, it's pretty good. Sure. Hell yeah. I'll get the other XP for the actual skill things. Do you have assassin ults that you could show off if you aren't done with that character already? I do have an assassin ult, and it's the ult I have taken care of the least. Like, I can deadass do nothing on this character except for low abyss corridors. So yeah, I would not even be able to show you assassin gameplay, because assassin gameplay would not look like what I can do with this ult, because it's not set up properly. So yeah, that is the problem here. Okay. Not this one. Okay, almost 4.8. Still not 400k though. Holy. Mini on 200 ping sucks. Yeah, I mean anything on 200 ping sucks. Let's be honest. Got lucky with my key for my first run, attack bonus damage boost. Yeah, I got pretty lucky on my Cleric's key as well. Right, so this character is pretty much set up. I guess I just like farm dungeons now with it, right? So the question is, what gives the most? I mean, Citadel, I'm not gonna be able to join that because, like, look at this. This fucking guy wants 700k for normal mode. This motherfucker has a Horn Dragon weapon and is running normal mode. Actual fucking mental illness. Crazy work. So probably just run this, right? $350. Are these bound Kina yet? Okay, these are not bound Kina. So yeah, it's definitely going to be 5-star. Oh, sure, I'll intrude. Maybe they're on the last boss. Never mind. Yeah, 400k. So basically I'm going to be doing normal mode of these, it seems. Yeah. Sure, why not? Thinking about maining Assassin, but the skill don't look flashy or cool. Assassin is just like zoom the class. You're just like spamming slices. It doesn't look like particularly visually impressive, right? There's no explosions or anything. I mean, it's very Assassin, you know? Like, you have a shadow trailing behind you, you have stealth, you have daggers, you're just like slashing and teleporting on monsters and everything, right? You know, hard mode, China, 7k CP, I'm not from, yeah. It's the usual. Classic D's, yeah. This character is just going to be stuck in the 5-star gulag for now. And like, if I get some faded shit, maybe I'll just inherit into it eventually, but it's gonna be costly though. That sucks. I mean, I guess for the armor it doesn't matter too much. I guess the question is upgrading into faded going to give me more combat power than Diamond 3 on those? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm content with 5-star anyways on this character. I don't want to do more than that with it. The main thing I care about on this character on the long term is going to be grinding mobs in the Abyss. To eventually get that 16 million AP to Gamble Closet and get my High Commander Mace, because that's definitely going to happen. What do you think of Sork and for PvE and PvP? It's right now, right this instant, it's solid as fuck. Yeah, like right this moment, it's really solid. Now, obviously, anything that pertains to balance, right? Like when it comes to global, we're not gonna have quite the same balance. We're not gonna be on the same point. Shit is gonna get updated, right? So obviously, take it with a grain of salt. But right now, it's pretty solid, yeah. Like the class fantasy is pretty well respected too. It's like big explosions, big boom boom, just, you know, You still have like decent CC. You do big damage. It's a top contender for PvE DPS as well. Come to think of it, I've never done this dungeon on normal mode. I've always done it on hard mode. I wonder what's different. I'll just do it like the same as usual. And this guy fucking died. Also, this DPS kind of sucks. Ooh, do I have to suck at the stagger skill? Hopefully not. Oh, there's English voice acting now. Crazy. All the balance in life quality will come for first day on us. Yeah, it probably will, right? But within the context of being level 45 and in season 1 again, obviously things will be a bit different, right? Just because of that. Also, like, when it comes to season 1 specifically, as I said, season 1 was already very easy early on without being power crept, right? We're going to go into season 1 with a lot more quality of life and everything being easier to farm and get, right? So season 1 is going to be absolute fucking piss easy.
Freed from the azure breath.
Like, again, I can't emphasize this enough. On release, you could do Ludra without having fully farmed pets with blue gear. Ludra was killable with blue gear, alright? And that was without all of the power creep that we've gotten since. Like, you're gonna be able to stroll into Sanctuary, butt-ass naked, just dick swinging between your legs, and just like, bitch stab Ludra and he's just gonna die. So, yeah. Like, don't stress too much about the performance of your class when it comes to the global release. Yeah, I don't know about the voice acting on this one. I mean, I guess how the fuck do you make a mushroom sound like, I guess? I would not even be able to answer that question myself, so you know what, fair enough. How do you get enough combat power with blue gear? I mean, there's no combat power requirements on Sanctuary, and like the Ludra Sanctuary eye level requirement wasn't very high either. Like 2.7 is pretty easy to reach. Yeah, I'm kind of living on a hope and a prayer, dude. I'm kind of dying from the dot right now, and the Cleric is just staying dead. I mean, it's fine. I have life leech on Burst Arrow, and that's enough to keep me alive. Hell yeah. Bit of struggle on mechanics, especially for new players. I mean, trust me, even the mechanics are not very involved in season 1. Like, anything that is dungeons in season 1 functionally has no mechanics other than dodge the AoE marker on the ground. And then Sanctuary itself does have a bit more involved mechanics, but I do have guides for that, and they're not that bad. Especially since we're gonna have 10 people, they're gonna be very easy to manage. Oh, the other guy I don't have 2k eye level. I mean, you're probably missing stuff like Arcanas then. Arcanas give a lot of eye level. And also, like, gold equipment in itself doesn't mean much. It's the eye level of the equipment that matters, right? Alright, well, no time like the present. But yeah, season 1 is just going to be a gentle stroll. Pretty chill. It's just going to be a setup season. You don't have to stress too much about enhancing and chasing Soulbind. Which, by the way, that's another thing that genuine recommendation for season 1. Don't try hard your Soulbinds. Just wait until you have like access to Sanctuary and stuff like that. Like, basically just use like your golds to reroll and get the base soulbind of each piece of equipment, right? Like think movement speed, combat speed, like do roll for these. Don't try hard for like smite and percent attack and so on and so forth. Wait until you get a bunch of soulbind material from running Sanctuary before you do that. Will you make a season 1 gear progression guide or something? Yeah. I'll make like a broad, like what you should do at the, like to have the best start in season 1, yeah. Like what you should focus on type shit. Like as I said, right, about a month before Global comes out, I'm going to slow down my streaming pacing a bit, and I'm going to focus on making those types of guides, right? So, class introduction guides, system introduction guides, and then like, you know, these people can't fucking be serious, dude. This boss has one mechanic, and like starter guides, you know. No, those dungeons with Arcana, I was dropped my combat power. You get Arcanas from doing the Growth Pass, Prosper. Like, you get some baseline Arcanas really early on, and then you get better Arcanas later on. And you also have a free Battle Pass, this one, that gives you Season 2 Arcanas, a full set of them. But you have to activate it. Like, you basically, if you want to get them ASAP, you activate the pass, you run like a bunch of crafts that's going to give you all of the XP needed to complete the pass off rip, and you have a full set of Arcanas. And thanks to follow Jensen. Avoid top 10 mistakes to avoid. I don't really want to make sensationalistic idols or stuff like that. I'm just going to make like guides, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is what you want to go for. This is the progression you want to go for. You know what I mean? Not going to buy sub into Taiwan server. You don't need the sub to get the battle pass. At least I don't think so, right? I'm pretty sure the 500k Kina battle pass is accessible to everyone. Your progression will wait for sure? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Like the gear progression in season 1 is very straightforward, but yeah, that's gonna be one of the things I will be covering for sure. Is it true that you have to kind of choose between PvP or PvE progression in this game? Nah. You will always focus on PvE progression, and then PvP progression will be like a side hustle that you do for fun. Like PvE is not like PvE. You cannot choose to not do it. You have to focus on the PvE progression, even if you only want to do PvP. Because everything comes from PvE, including a huge part of your PvP progression. Oh man. Fucking mark shot killing me. Classic. Oh, at least we have a res. That's good. $2 million Kina needed. Isn't it 1 million? But yeah. That's going to give you like a full set of Arcanas. Offer it. Have to decide if you invest into PvP or PvE gear. You will always invest into your PvE gear. Always. PvP gear, you will not want to invest into it early on because it's going to be fucking useless. If you want to invest into it later on, you can, if you care about that. But early on, like, purely PvE. Because the thing with the PvP progression is that it's mostly gated by medals, right? And your source of medals are going to be the seasonal quests. And seasonal quests, you don't need PvP gear to do them, right? And the other source is going to be sieges as well as abyssal world bosses. And the amount of medals that you get directly correlates to your ranking on that boss. And your ranking depends on the amount of damage you deal to the boss, which in turn correlates to your PvE progression. Because if you don't have good PvE gear, you will not do good damage on the boss, and therefore you will get less medal, making your PvP progression harder. Which is why you want to focus on your PvE progression early on, is even if you want to focus PvP. You don't have a choice. PvP gear is only useful for open world roaming and stuff like 1v1 arena. And none of these give you actual in-game like player progression. The only thing that those give you is ranking for cosmetics. So it actually doesn't matter. So if you do want to focus PvP gear to do those eventually, you can, but they're really low priority and they're not necessary to anything in progression. Like, broadly speaking, AION2 is a modern theme park MMO with a PvE focus, with PvP as a side hustle. It does have progression, it's fun to do, right? But it's not going to be something, it's not like AION1, where AION1 was a sandbox PvP game, right? Where everything boiled down to moving your PvP forward. This is not like this. They add more PvP content. The thing is, Aaron, they are adding more PvP content, but the PvP content leans two ways. Either equalized PvP, in which gear doesn't matter to begin with, so you could be butt-ass naked, it would not matter. Or more Zerg/faction-oriented content, in which you're just a cog in a big mass, right? And therefore, like, your gear matters a lot less. So yeah. Are those PvP ranking cosmetic good looking? It's mostly stuff like titles. It's like Season 3 1v1 Arena Challenger 3, you know what I mean? It's like a title above your head, that's it. And like the Abyss ranking, they added some crowns that glow behind your head. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they look like shit. So yeah. Which is why anytime anyone is like, oh my god, the pay to win in PvP is crazy. Who gives a shit? There's no progression tied to it. It's just a for fun thing. And thanks for the follow, Nico. I like to be a cog. Great. You're gonna love it then. Because even the rifting stuff they have talked about adding is ZVZ. So yeah. War God or something I'm missing? No, it's all of them boil down to like that, you know, that template. It's like Season 1 5-star officer. You know what I mean? It's like name of the season and then title of the rank, and that's it. And then it's purely cosmetic. It doesn't actually give you anything. Okay, maneuvering mounts on these kind of sucks, but I guess it's fine. But fact of the matter is, absolutely no one is going to give a shit about your PvP titles. Because, again, because PvE is the important one, people will give more of a shit about your PvE titles. Like, when a new raid is made available, the fact that you have the title from the new raid is like, okay, this guy beat the raid. Like, that's a good sign. He probably knows what he's doing, you know what I mean? Rift PvP is not in the game. The new game mode for rifting is not in the game yet, no, it's not. Hopefully soon. But yeah, based on their description of it, it's going to be like ZVZ centric, yeah. I'll probably die from the dot, yeah, because the healing is not not the best right now. Oh well. Did you watch Vidja? I'm going to give you the same answer as ever. Why would I? Like, I'm just a guy doing his own thing on my end. I don't give a shit about what other people have to say about the game. It genuinely isn't any of my problem. Especially with a title like that. It doesn't matter what the guy has to say. Like, it doesn't matter what the guy has to say about the game. With a title like that, it's immediately invalidated. You know what I mean? Nothing good or valuable is going to come out of it. So I would rather invest those like minutes doing literally anything else meaningful in my life. Loss of your time, not even worth discussing. Yeah, exactly. What am I gonna do about it? Like, shake my fist and be angry at it and be like, "Grr, oh my god, oh, have you seen that? Oh, I'm so mad, bro." Like, I've been saying this in the past. I'm not 15 anymore. I've got better things to do. As this today? Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's what I usually say, right? The problem with those, like, useless content creators, right? Because they are useless, that's what they are, right? They are worth... Basically, the people that make that type of content are just worthless as people. They have never made anything, like, worthwhile in their life, and they never will. And the day they die, no one will remember them, right? But the problem with them is because they exist, and because there's, like, gullible people, or people that are, like, attracted by the shit like moth to a flame, watch them, then, you know, they go on the chat of people like me, and then I have to do the cleanup. Whether it's people that, like, you know, spread misinformation and then I have to correct it, or it's people like this that are just like, actually, I don't even know how to categorize that type of video, right? Like, again, those types of people are like, they're basically just like getting a new kitten and it shits on the carpet, right? And you have to clean up after it. And I'm the one having to do the cleanup. It is what it is. It is part of the hustle, right? But don't ask me to give a shit about these people, because I don't. If you have any question that pertains to anything that you think might be true that they said, maybe I'm going to be able to inform you. But God knows I'm not going to watch their content because I know better. Like, if making shit like this is your legacy as a person, you were probably not worth anyone's time to begin with. Oh god, okay, that's fine. What other MMOs have you played? Oh boy. So, I have played... I started with Final Fantasy 11 in, like, around 2004, right? And then, other than that, I played AION2, obviously, for 15 years. I played Final Fantasy 14. I played a little bit of Guild Wars 2, a little bit of WoW, but not enough to be categorized as, like, games I've actually played. I played Throne and Liberty. And I played this game, obviously. But, like, the ones I've invested the most amount of time into are, like, the core three that I mentioned, which is AION2, Final Fantasy 14, and Throne. Like, these are the three main ones. And I guess now this one. Do you enjoy AION2 as the same level as the others? Yeah, it's a fun game. Like, progression is fun. The content is fun, right? And they have been very starkly improving the game since the release, right? The game still has rough edges. It's not perfect. And thanks for the follow, Jaggy. Like, it still have rough edges. It's not perfect, but it has incredible potential. And thanks for the follow, Grim. And I'm really looking forward to what they can do in the future. Like, one of the main gripe I have with the game is, to me, the endgame PvE offering isn't, like, complete enough right now. I want more, and I want more difficult content, right? That would be one of my main gripes with the game right now. And hello, Jagex. Tried this game and getting lost after hitting level 45. Pyong. Right now, the thing is, Pyong, if you jump into the game right now, you will want to get the sub, to get the growth pass, to get caught up to, like, the latest patch, right? And then once you get that, you just follow the growth pass, you do the content that it tells you to do, to get, like, your starter gear. And then after that, I have made a video that will guide you through your next few steps. I hope they add more PvP. I mean, they are adding more PvP, but broadly speaking, what you need to understand is that this is not AION1. This is not a sandbox PvP game, and PvP will never be the main focus of this game. It's going to be a fun side like progression thing and side game mode, right? But it's never going to be the main thing, right? How much combat power would you recommend for the latest raid on normal difficulty? You mean Caldrix? Like this one? I mean, I would say 600k. Yeah. Yeah, 600k. On normal mode, yeah. What I've been watching too. Actually playing developer characters. Yeah, I mean, wild concept, Ironskin, right? Maybe it's good to actually play the thing that you're covering. Which is why broadly speaking, like, I can tell you right now, in the West, in terms of, like, content creators in the West, I genuinely cannot recommend you any. Because none of them have actually played the game, none of them understand the game, and none of them are actually looking for your or the game's best interest, right? So take everything you see with a huge grain of salt. And my personal recommendation, if you actually want to figure out anything about the game, is download the game and play it yourself. And make your own opinion the old-fashioned way. Because that's the only way you will get proper answers to your questions. But anything else, me personally, I can provide you with answers, right? But I'm never going to be in your shoes. So if you ask me something like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Do you think this game is worth playing? Do you think the PvE is good? Do you think the PvP is good? I have my own opinions. My opinions are exactly that, opinions. And opinions are like an asshole. Everyone has one. So take everything you hear about the game from anyone, but especially people that haven't actually played the game, with a grain of salt, and just play the game when it comes out, right? Thank you for the YouTube guide. Yeah, no problem. And thanks for the follow, Jimmy. And Grim as well. I'm far from 600k. I'm almost 500k. Yeah, I mean, I would say 600k is like the baseline. People will be running it with you, honestly. Yeah, you can get loot if you deal more damage, so Ranger is just the best pick. No, like every class... Okay. When it comes to World Boss and Siege contribution, it is class-based. So the rankings are based off of your class, right? But obviously, within the ranking of your class, the better PvE gear you have to do more damage, the better your ranking is going to be. You know what I mean? Is there an advantage to having ults? There are advantages, but it's not like in a Lost Ark sense. How hard is this Kina, Kuna, pay to win stuff at the moment? It functionally doesn't matter. Like, is the game pay to win? Yes. Does it actually matter to gameplay? Honestly, for me, my answer is no. Because with the sub only, you are able to keep up, and you are able to do the hardest PvE content on day one. No problem, right? For PvP, it matters a bit more. But for PvP, as I said earlier, the game, like the stuff that you're actually going to want to do for your progression are going to be either PvE adjacent, equalized PvP where gear doesn't matter, or Zerg PvP where ultimately you just blend within the masses, right? So unless you really give a shit about like a base rankings to get the cosmetic titles, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. Is it worth playing it with 200 ping or just wait for global? I mean, I'm playing with 200 ping and I'm having a good time, right? But that's up to you. I would say if you want to have an edge over people that are going to be playing on global, like just get the jump start into the game, like get a good feeling for which class you want to play, get familiar with the systems, then yeah, you can do that. But that's up to you, right? I have so many players that will watch content and will say this is the best player that actually wants to bet. I mean, it is what it is, right? The game is way better than it was on release and the PvE is so fun. Yeah, I agree. Although, my caveat is that to me, we need more hard content. We need more hard content. And harder content in general. Yo, Zyron, thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Very cool. Enjoy the emotes made by me. I'm playing from day 1 with 200 ping. It's not a big issue as long as you don't accept some kind of trade-off. I mean, the game is very playable with 200 ping. Look, at the end of the day, I've been able to do everything in this game with 200 ping, right? Everything. The only thing that you have to accept is that ping plays a huge role when it comes to your DPS. And if you have high ping, your DPS is going to be shit straight from an ass. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. Which is why I typically recommend people to play support classes if you're going to be playing on Taiwan, because that mitigates that problem. An items question PvP, I heard the gear will be on the same eye level for everyone. The gear is equalized on some game modes, Ralph, but not for everything. Your avatar changed? I just added more channel points redeemed. So now with the channel points, you can remove or put back the helmet on my character. And people have been keeping it off, so... Are there meaningful different gear choices? Everyone basically does the same thing. Everyone is mostly going for the same thing. Yeah. There's not really like a whole thing about building in this game. There's just like one thing that everyone just goes for. But on time, once I was throwing ping, it was ass, just wait for global. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's completely fair. Damn. The helmet wars is going crazy in chat, dude. Been afraid of the crybabies on game release. I mean, you don't have to be afraid of it. Just fucking ignore them. Look, at the end of the day, guys, I'm gonna be saying this 50 times a day, right? You pick up the game, you play the game. If it's fun, you keep playing. If it's not fun for you anymore, you stop playing. And anything else, absolutely everything else doesn't matter. Life is too fucking complicated for you to be thinking about this too hard, right? Like, don't even listen to me or anyone else. Just pick up the game, and if it's fun, you play it. If it's not fun, you don't play it. Right? There's enough MMOs around to be playing something that you enjoy, right? Trust me, there is. I just don't want the game to become TNL. It won't. TNL was a fundamentally flawed game from the get-go, and AION2 is not falling into the same pitfalls, so it won't. Now, when it comes to like the pay-to-win stuff and stuff, like I can just tell you that right now, to me, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. That being said, we are talking about NCSoft, and you know fucking tricky NC, man. Like sometimes NCSoft just loses their fucking mind, and they just fucking do shit, right? So who knows what the future holds? But again, it just falls back down into the umbrella of what I just said. If the game is fun, you keep playing it. If NCSoft starts pulling some dumb shit and you don't enjoy the game anymore because of that, then you stop playing it. You are your own person, you know? NCR doesn't create up. I mean, that's up to them. That's not up to you. Like, ultimately, I think everyone here wants the game to do well, right? And everyone, like, wants to have fun and everything. But at the end of the day, NCSoft is the company that owns the game. And if they fuck up, they're the one losing. Like, for you as a player, it's as simple as just uninstalling the game and moving on to the next one. Oh, but my time investment! Oh my god! I will never get it back! It's a video game. You're meant to waste time on it. Did you have fun? Then you didn't waste your time. That simple, huh? Thanks for the follow clicks. As long as there's competitive PvE and PvP is more than fun. Yeah, I mean, as competitive as it gets, right? Obviously, when it comes to like getting rank 1 and max juice gear and everything, like swiping is probably going to play a role, right? But when it comes to like getting week 1 or even day 1 kills on new content and so on and so forth, like you're gonna be able to do that even as a sub-only player. Honestly, what's going to matter more is whether you have a good pre-made or not. No titles with stats anymore. Is pay to win even worth a PvE? Everyone would work on anything. Well, you see, that's the exact thing. To me, swiping in this game is a fucking waste of money because it doesn't get you fucking anything. I'm gonna be honest. It's fucking pay to lose. And as long as they maintain the game the way it is, it's going to remain that way. Oh, but you can swipe for power though. You can do it. Okay. You can do that in every game, by the way. But okay, sure. Keep giving a shit about what other people are doing. That's going to be a great way to go about your life in general. Yep. You're never going to achieve anything in life if you keep doing this, by the way. But cool. Dude, it's a waste of time. The best time of his life. Yeah, exactly. Look, I played AION2 for 15 fucking years, right? I never spent a penny in this game. Not even a penny for the sub, because I was just paying the sub with the in-game currency. You know, after Gameforge acquired it. Obviously, like when it was still NCSoft, I was paying for the sub, but you know what I mean. And I was always able to be at the top of PvP. Always. I was always able to have a great fucking time. I was always able to do everything. You know why? Because I was spending less time bitching about the game and more time actually playing the fucking game, right? And AION2 was infinitely more pay to win than this game will ever be. So, make of that statement what the fuck you will. I like to swipe for cosmetic, and that's completely valid, clicks. And look, clicks. If you like to swipe for skins, to like jerk your shit crazy style, this game is going to be the perfect game for you. Because all of the cash up skin involves showing as much boob and pussy as possible. So you're going to be paying to win on that front, that's for sure. I'm going to play on Europe on any server. I'm EU, I'm French. I'll be playing on EU. Wait, the dragon isn't bold? I never say it was going to be bold. I just said you could remove the helmet. Very different. Do you see Abyss gear being used for PvE progression initially? No. Because if you use PvP gear in PvE, you get a PvE penalty. You are actively punished for using PvP gear in PvE. Which is why, like, PvP gear is very irrelevant, especially early on. Do we know the server structure for now? What do you mean by server structure? If you mean, like, the amount of servers and the server names and everything, we don't have any information right now. Will we have a guild? I'm not going to make a community guild. I'm just going to do my thing with my pre-made. And, because I don't want to deal with people's petty drama, right? And I don't want to, like, deal with the daycare, right? So anything that has to do with interacting with my community, I'm going to do it through my stream and my Discord, and it's going to be good enough. And honestly, my honest, like, opinion and my honest advice to you is avoid streamer servers like the fucking plague. Because none of these motherfuckers are going to be playing the game more than a month. And if you follow them, you're going to be in a dead server when they leave. Alright? EU-wide or they'll be country-wise? As far as we know, the servers are going to be in Frankfurt as usual, and that's going to be it for a year. Our guilds, is it worth to be in one? Legions in AION2 are more so like glorified friends list. You do have some perks with them, like the Legion boat, or easy crafting benches and everything, but you know, you don't need one. Like, you're not running content with them. Now, we are going to get some Legion content later on, but allegedly it's going to be laid back content, like more casual stuff. Omega ping for me, Frankfurt. Well, my condolences, brother. Frankfurt would be perfect for me. Yeah, the fucking duality of man in chat right now. If it's Frankfurt, it's so over. If it's Frankfurt, I'm so back. Yeah, the chat is not even raising, dude. That's death. Yeah. Okay, well, this guy's alive, surely. Okay. Legion shape is pretty cool. Wish more games had stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it's very convenient, right? But here's the thing, chat. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. You can make your solo Legion and buy the boat for yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So, you know. Don't have to interact with people. Hell yeah. Don't have to play that swipe, one of them brain map. I mean, can play. Yeah, exactly. Like, the swiping aspect in this game is more so like, if you have like 5 dogs, 3 wives, you can only play the game 17 minutes a day, but you still want to be able to like keep up and do the latest raids with your mates, then yeah, you can swipe a bit to be able to keep up on that front. This is so unsocial, bro. Yeah. Playing my MMO solo, just as God intended. Alright. But like the thing is, broadly speaking, if you just want to like keep up with this game, like it's pretty fucking simple on the surface level, right? As I said, in the current state of things, it would take about 20 hours a week of like running content to be able to keep up in terms of resources and gear progression on like a baseline level to do the latest PvE content as soon as it comes out. Can you invest more time into the game to do more stuff? Yes. But on the baseline, that's about what I would expected you to need to put into this game, which translates into about like 2 to 3 hours a day. Which, as far as Korean MMOs goes, that's not a lot. And like the thing is, because everything in this game is weekly, you can just do everything at the same time. So let's say if you're a weekend warrior, like you can just play 8 hours on Saturday and Sunday, and you're gonna be able to keep up just fine. What does swiping buy you in AION2? Mostly like enhancement. Yeah, enhancement and crafted gear. So you can buy power, which makes the game pay to win. But again, you have to ask yourself in terms of like, does it actually matter to the content at large? I'm telling you, the more crafted equipment, a lot of effort in Kina. I mean, Iron Skin, there's only so much you can do per week. Like, resources in Kina comes from dungeons. And those are capped. Like, for the most part, bro, I'm running out of energy for dungeons on the first day of reset in like 3 or 4 hours. And that's it. You know? And thanks for the follow, Death or Not. And like, I'm sub only, and I'm basically keeping on a very low-key baseline level on Taiwan, just to be able to do the latest content, and to be able to make guides and relay information to you guys, right? And my Cleric has the best weapon in the game. I mean, let me just show you. Like, let me be clear, I only pay for the sub. I only pay for the sub. And I haven't really been running ults to get resources or anything for months. I'm just running them for portals and shit like that, right? This is my PvE gear. Like, I'm 5.6k, 777. Okay, I forgot to change my thing. I'm gonna be 800. Just pretend it's 800. I forgot to set up my new pieces of gear. But like, this is my gear. Like, this is the best weapon in the game. This is the second best guard in the game, right? This is the latest dungeon gear. Like, it doesn't get much better than this beyond crafted, but crafted is honestly pretty fucking useless for PvE, because PvE damage tolerance only carries you so much, right? And accessories, you don't need more than that. You don't. Right? And I'm keeping up with the game on a very baseline level. Are you from Frankfurt? I'm from France. We can see your gear on Trigger. Well, there you go. And like, also, I still have PvP gear. I have 2-piece High Commander, I like the rest Tribunus with potential and everything, even though I haven't taken care of my PvP gear in like months. So yeah. +5 Pendant. Shut the fuck up, Akiran. Oh, woe is me. Let me spend 500 million Kina to get 10 attack and 2% smite. Eat my ass. Are you telling us you are lazy? No, I'm just telling you I'm just keeping up with the game on like a baseline level because I don't want to burn out before global. And also, I'm spending a lot of time doing content creation. Like, some of those videos take time to make. Like, the Caldric's guide took me 20 hours to make, right? The Citadel guide took me like 10 hours to make, you know what I mean? 5.6 with only a sub and chill gameplay. How are people crying about pay to win then? Because they don't play the game. That's all there is to it. Did you see Zebak video? Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm not gonna watch it, and I don't give a shit about what anything has to say about anything. Chilling and lazy are very close words. I mean, I guess, yeah. But as I said, on global, I'm actually going to like go full sweat, right? I'm going to be playing the game a lot more. And also, as I said, I'm not going to have necessarily to take as many breaks to make content on global because I'm going to have a backlog of guides for dungeons and raids for like the first 6 months, right? So I'm just going to focus on like opinion pieces and broad system guides, which are easier to make, right? So yeah, I'll be playing a lot more. Did you have a guide for Cleric? I'll be making some surface level class guides for like every class before the game comes out. It's a current video? Yeah, and that's why I'm not watching it. I am joking if someone didn't get it. No, everything you say on the internet is serious, and you will be jailed. Mods, twist this guy's balls. It's faster to self-craft or sell buy crafted. I've been self-crafting everything, because the thing is you have to self-craft if you want to go the guaranteed craft path, right? And also, you get a bunch of bound materials from running content, which like complements crafting, which ultimately makes it cheaper to craft things yourself. We don't play Cleric on global? No. I'm going to be playing either Templar or Chanta. Please don't watch that old garbage, waste of your time. Yeah, I know, and that's why I haven't watched it. Guys, I'm smarter than this. My time is better invested doing literally anything else, including talking to you guys. But yeah. Anyways, fellas, people of the internet, that's gonna be it for me today. Bit of a short stream, but hey, I want you guys, right? I had some stuff to do today, so yeah. But yeah, it's past midnight right now, so I'm going to go to bed at a reasonable hour. But yeah, for the time being, thanks for watching. Thanks for the follows, the subs, the resubs, and everything in between. And Don't forget to follow the channel on both Twitch and YouTube if you haven't already. And don't forget to jump on my Discord to be made aware of my whereabouts. And I'm gonna be taking a break tomorrow. I do have more stuff I want to do for the channel. Like, more like, you know, more stuff like the no helmet mode that I made, right? Like, it's always fun for the chat to have stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna be working on that. And I also have an appointment that I have to go to, so yeah. So I'll be seeing you guys on Tuesday before maintenance, as usual, for the patch note reading stream, as usual. So yeah, for the timing, thanks for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day, or have a good night if you're from Europe, and I'll be seeing you then. GG's.